We are the Stone Avengers. We do not cock block, no. What I'm saying, we've been fighting, player hating. Come on, get shot, yeah. Bust fat nuts, I'll plant my seed, cause we don't want no tease. Guess it's just the Stone Avenger and me, the Stone American people. Breathe the weed, hump your girlfriend, stay out of trouble. Don't do crime, crime doesn't pay. Unless you're selling dope, then sell me a sack of tweed, and we'll all get high. Yeah, we'll all get high. Yes, we'll all get high.
What up, punks? It's your boy Mad coming to you. We have Nick and Sam with us already. They're on board.
Yep.
Hey there, everyone. How's it going?
Love how you guys talk at the same time every time. Oh man, my man Banana Dave quickly becoming one of my faves. I'm right here, baby. See, I said it. I'm right here. How many names does Mad Dog Mardigan go by? Well, one, I've never gone by Mad Dog. That is something that you say that I have never said. Let's see. Well, so there's Mad the Magnificent, Mad the Magnivolent, Mad Mardigan. You guys remember anymore?
Well,
Didn't someone call you Mad Splainer at some point?
Well, no, yeah. So I have like a series I do called Mad Splanation, where I mad
there's
splain.
Mad Kismo as well.
Yeah, of course, Mad Cheesemo. Yeah. Oh, Mad Pock Choppa. That's my rap name. Let's see. What was it? Madverick. I went by that once. Madverick. I have a whole list, by the way, of this stuff.
Hey Zero, how's it going?
Matt Cavelli. That was my alternate.
Machiavelli. Okay, right.
Yeah. Mad Cavelli. Hey man, I gotta get you back on here sometime soon. Anyway, so we should have a couple other people coming in. Yeah. Sorry. Brahma Bull should be on his way. I gotta send him the link, and he'll be here soon. Grant will be here soon anyway, but we may get started without them. Oh, dude, I actually just read breaking news. This is do I have a video for that? It's breaking news. Like this just hit the airwaves.
What?
I never been so irate in my whole fucking life.
Yeah, breaking news. Letterkenny, great show. So the rating for Obi-Wan show, I forgot. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you already know this?
Yeah, I've heard it. Apparently, it's not stellar at all.
No, not like critic rating, but like the like parental rating or what have you. Like, you know, TV MA or TV 14. Yeah. It's going to be rated TV 9.
What's that?
Okay, so that's basically for little kidlets, right?
Yes. Yeah. It is the lowest rated live action Star Wars that Disney Plus has came out with.
So it's going to be on par with things like Wizards of Waverly Place, and
I think it is at the
real
same
young audience.
I think it's the same level as Vision, the Star Wars thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, so like the animated one.
Yeah. The only two that are lower are like Clone Wars and Bad Batch, whatever that was.
See, we heard hey Soul Assassin, how's it going?
Oh man, my Chatimal in there. Oh man. Yeah, man, we already started. Hey Keely. Anyway, what were you saying? Somebody was saying something?
Yeah, well, I don't think that was the noise. I don't think that was the news we heard.
This was breaking news.
Apparently, Kenobi's not doing so hot. Apparently, but that's. I don't think that's any surprise to anyone here. So,
well, I mean, look at the stellar team behind it. Like you have Deborah Chow. Do I need to say more? I don't know. I've never seen anything.
Deborah Chow only did that one episode in Mandalorian, didn't she?
Who? I mean, yes. But I don't even know who's writing it, dude. I don't have a lot of confidence in it because I know
Well,
there's
it
they
hardly
have that
matters.
whole writing room.
Hey, Keely. Hey, Darius. How's it going?
If we don't get some fucking dinosaurs in this one, man, you know what I mean? Like they promised us dinosaurs so long ago.
Yes, they did, and a whole lot of other things as well. What else was on that list?
But
besides the usual, representation and
yeah, it was so. I think like dinosaur like ranked like number 3 or 4.
dinosaurs were definitely on that list.
Yeah,
I honestly can't tell shows apart anymore. I mean, they're all setting the same shows in the same dust bowl. So it's like,
well, they got like I've said it before, they got a great deal on a sand guy.
Well, exactly.
Because they're saving so much money.
Yep, as I said, Halo's done it, Kenobi's done it, Mandalorian's done it. What other show?
I don't think they let Star Wars though. I mean, I don't think they let Halo film there, but like legit, they use the same set for everything Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's all desert planet. The only planet in the whole entire galaxy is Tatooine. That's it.
Yep. But this one looks like they're going to be taking a trip to something. There you go. I found it. And let me do this and then open it and then talk my way through it. I don't know where it is. There we go. Bing, bom, boom. And here we go. All right, y'all see it? I gotta zoom in.
Well, it's black at the moment, but
yeah,
there it is. Yeah, that's better. Yep, there it goes. Yep.
All right, so fiction. Good. I didn't want to get it confused with the non-fiction Star Wars things that I've read.
Yes, it's like when people write fiction novel. It's redundant. Novels are already fictional.
Well, they've already stuffed up on the first point with authentically lived in.
Right.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Surprise. We suck at this. Diversity is number 3.
Probably the one thing they do actually have.
Actual ending. Bro, we are like 4 in before they even mentioned that there's going to be a story.
And they've mentioned it twice, by the way. They've got it in fiction and they've got it in the Star Wars wishes column, if you look.
We'll just work one column at a time.
Never mind, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Kill a little time before Grant or Brahma will get here. Actual ending. What does that mean? Does that mean like definitive?
Presumably, they actually get to finish a series before it's axed.
Oh, see, I thought it meant like we don't want to allow the possibility of a sequel.
Oh, that too. But yeah, I would definitely throw the word axed in there somewhere without it getting axed.
Well, let's just say they tie up loose ends.
Yeah.
Feelings. What the fuck does that mean? Feelings.
The only thing I've got is
about feelings in hallways.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only description I've got, which is basically the CW model for drama. It's basically 9 hours talking about your feelings in hallways.
Relatable characters. Sweeping epic.
Yeah, relatable to whom? That's what I want to know. Because as far as I'm aware, all these so-called relatable characters have been absolutely insufferable twats.
Other than Geode, name another relatable character that has been in Disney Star Wars.
Oh, I don't know.
Are relatable. They're not relatable to quote unquote normal people.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweeping.
They're relatable to activists.
Sweeping/epic. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get a very epic scope if you keep setting everything on a desert planet.
Okay, so that's under fiction, right? I honestly don't know why they broke it up this way. It's almost as if like, all right, guys, let's go over fiction. Here's some key things you need to know about writing fiction, because most of y'all haven't wrote shit. What's up, Toxic? All right, so Star Wars, what do they got? Not
pro-war.
Not pro-war. Boy, okay. That's
as I understood it, I don't think Star Wars, despite having wars in the title, was ever pro-war. It was always a negative thing. So I don't know where they're going from this.
The video we're covering is from Screen Crush. Yeah, not pro droids. You know, that thing that is fucking everywhere in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Scope.
Okay.
feels
Well, they
like it's
mentioned that
sweeping.
they mentioned that in sweeping /
Yeah.
epic. So of course it's going to
Mythic.
have some sort of scope. The problem is, it's going to be really narrow scope. That's the problem.
Yo, Courtney, what's up?
Hey, Courtney.
Mythic. Ooh.
As in,
we're gonna
huge.
go back to
Yeah.
Joseph Campbell, kinda. No, wait,
the
he
thing
was
is
a
that
he was a
they're
straight
not
white male.
exploring any mythology or lore, so that you can't put mythic down.
Yo, so that's what Grant said. Grant said the Screen Crust does have some good things, but we have watched. Bro, I responded to you, man. I showed my girlfriend immediately those feet, man. She was like, "What is happening?" I may share that, but dude, we watched their defense of Wanda, not Sykes. What I always want to say is Sykes. Wanda,
Wanda
Maximoff.
Yeah, Wanda
Maximoff. Yeah. It was hot garbage. And the one tonight is just as bad. But anyway, so this is what I wanted to get to. Oh, not Screen Rant. Sorry. Screen Crust. Sorry, Grant. You said Screen Crust has some good things. Sorry. Shouldn't you be working? All right. Space and lightsaber battles. Dude, if you have an idea board and you're supposed to be working on Star Wars, you know what you can leave off? Fucking space and lightsaber battles.
It's a bit of a duh.
You'd almost think it was particularly with droids and stuff. You'd think it was a bit of a given the Star Wars universe. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been watching much Disney Star Wars lately. Have they actually shown any of these so-called lightsaber or space battles?
Well, yeah, man. Mando is has the dark saber that gets heavy if you're not in sync with it, like a period. I don't know, but it gets heavy for him. I know that. No single
right.
character, because we don't want to focus.
There is no single main character in particular.
Oh, sorry.
Which I think works against them.
No, Disney's already done that no single main character thing because Rey is hardly a character, so they've already succeeded on that front.
Well, I was just thinking, they could probably do a two-hander, right?
Two-hander what?
It's an industry term, meaning that it's focused on two main characters, like Bad Boys, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, it could be.
Those. It's referred to as a two-hander.
So. But again, you wouldn't want too many characters, otherwise you end up with character soup.
Yeah, you don't want to do what is currently happening in things like The Witcher or anything like that, where multiple characters are kind of stealing the limelight from the main damn character after which the TV show is named.
Yeah, okay, I get that, right? But Star Wars, that feels like there should be multiple characters.
Yeah, but even then,
Witcher,
you don't want to end up with what's called character soup, because if you have you've only got so many episodes, right? So you don't want so many characters, or else there's going to be no time to develop them all. You're just going to have really, really shallow, vapid, two-dimensional bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, by the way, when Bad Batch came out, I know nothing of Bad Batch. I didn't read any of that shit, right? But I watched the first episode of the cartoon or whatever, and I honestly would have loved to have not an anime cartoon or whatever. I in live action, this idea of these clones that are kind of they're different for whatever. I forgot why they explained, but anyway. But they are betrayed by the Empire, but they're also not trusted by the rebels. So they're kind of you know what I mean? They're navigating through the galaxy, not being trusted by anybody.
Yeah,
with no mission. They are just trying to survive day to day. You know what I mean? And you can build on that. You can have an overarching.
They're going to need some form of goal.
Well, I was about to say you can have an overarching. Well, no, but the whole start, right, is that they're just trying to survive. They have they're a man without an island. They have nowhere to go, and they're being hunted by everyone.
No, that's all right. I'm just saying they've got to have a goal.
Of course, yeah, overarching, yeah, but just I thought that would be awesome, but do it with a more serious tone to it, you know what I mean? What we were supposed to get with Rogue One, that was supposed to be the I swear to Christ, I heard this. That was supposed to be the Saving Private Ryan of fucking Star Wars.
Really? I don't think so.
Anyway, it was supposed to be the war movie.
Well, there's another redundant one under single main character there is the Force. Well, you're dealing with Star Wars, so you're going to be dealing with the Force.
Why are you putting that on here? I honestly think, just like with fiction, okay, guys, for most of you, you don't really know a lot about Star Wars, so let's just go over some things here. There's
when you think about it, especially when you see it all here on the page, I'm guessing it's a page. You would have thought there'd be more to it. Like, there's not really much there in the way of ideas or story or characters or yeah. It's all so vague.
Oh, dude, yeah. I honestly like can't get over the fact that Moon Knight was supposed to be this character study, right? Like really delving into it, and it is so surface level bullshit throughout. And when that came out, I started watching Severance on Apple. And I mean, it is night and day the compare. Like every character in Severance has just layers and layers to them. They feel authentic and real in multiple ways. So you know what I mean?
And their motivations are all crystal clear.
It just makes me think that Disney has too much money.
Absolutely,
They're spending way too much money on these things. They're thinking that cash will buy them popularity and talent.
Well, the thing is, Nick, it's not about money. I mean, it is about money, but with these writers, it's definitely not about hiring based on talent. It's about hiring based on how cheap they are. That's it. They are cheap.
True,
either Disney has too much money and so think they can afford to get away with this shite, or they haven't got enough money and therefore aren't hiring talented writers who know their own worth.
Well, I think there's something to the whole money thing, because like without any adversity, there's like it. So like adversity, like it breathes life into like innovation, right? Like if you look at Jaws, the whole reason that movie it works so perfect because they wanted to show the shark immediately, but they couldn't because the dumb robot thing wasn't working, So they had to work around it. Yeah. And George Lucas, when he's filming Star Wars, he's making shit up. Well, he's just inventing shit.
As they say, necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes, dude. Point Break, by the way, to this day, I don't think that whatever her name was, who's the director of that? Catherine Bigelow? Yeah. I don't think she directed it because she was married to Cameron, not Cameron Crowe. What's his fucking name?
James Cameron.
She was married to him at the time. I guarantee you he directed fucking Point Break. But they came up with a way to actually track and to film the chase or whatever. Never been done before. Been used in Hollywood ever since, right? But they had to do something. You don't have that when you have Disney and Lucasfilm just being like, because all the money, they could buy the best of everything. They make horrible choices with what they decide to buy, but like everyone they bring in, they don't have that attachment to it to where like, you know what I mean? Like that I have to do this on my own. Like I got to figure out a way to make my vision work because it's not their vision.
I mean, I maintain that a lot of these writers are from the same place as people like Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, and all that sort of stuff. These people only care about their stuff. They don't care about anyone else's IPs or anyone else's ideas. So when they get their hands on an IP, they just fill it with their own shit and completely disregard anything to do with the actual IP or the lore of that world.
Darius, I don't know if you're messing with me, man, because she did Hurt Locker. And how she also did Zero Dark 30, was like legit. It's fucking good. But she did fucking Hurt Locker. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like she's sneaking a finger up the bum that you're not expecting. That's the Hurt Locker. Does that make sense? Is that a good analogy? I feel like it was good.
Okay.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? You're like, oh yeah, everything's going
Brahma,
great.
how's it going?
And well, 1 second, hold on before you say that. Oh, hey, everything's going great. And the next thing you know, you got a finger going to the bum to your no area, and you're like, whoa, that's not my thing. Like we should have set down ground rules before this started. I don't know, maybe.
What's your safe word?
Buttercups. It's Catherine Bigelow directs the manliest movies. What? Dude, yeah, no shit, dude. Hurt Locker is garbage. I mean, I tried to rewatch it maybe like 2 months ago with a girlfriend. She'll tell you, I'm a pretty calm guy except for the thing with the Uber, but that's all Uber Eats or whatever. That's the whole thing about it. But normally, like, I'm a very calm guy. It takes a lot to get me upset. I mean, within 3 minutes of turning on Hurt Locker, I am just like, because like it hurts to see them do that. You know what I mean? Oh, it's so bad. Oh man. Anyway, all right. So let's get. And Brahma Bull's here.
How's it going, everybody?
Can't keep them away.
Howdy do.
How's it going?
What are we watching?
Man, we
watching
are
Doctor Strange screwed up everything.
Yes, from Screen Crush, and it's our buddy. I never caught his name. What was his name? Anybody remember? I don't think
Scarlet Witch guy.
Yeah, the Blockbuster.
Oh
guy?
Yeah.
We tampered with the stability of space-time to resurrect countless lives. Do you want to do it again now just because yours got messy?
5 minutes later.
The entire world's about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yeah, his wig is his wig is definitely wiggity whack. Nailed it.
Welcome back to Screen Crush. I'm Ryan Airy. Doctor Strange.
Ryan Airy. What a dumb name. This doesn't even make sense. That's not even a real name. And who is breathing in their mic?
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Yeah, that's it sounds like Hurt Locker is pretty effective. It hurts to watch. Yeah, that's kind of true.
Is a pragmatist. He handles his problems with logic and objectivity. This is why Steven was determined to send the multiversal trespassers back to their universes, even if that meant that they would all die. And that's because their existence threatened reality, while Spider-Man was willing to put the world at risk just to give those villains a second chance. But
that goes to his character though. Like he says it like a negative thing. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, but fucking Peter Parker don't give a fuck.
Only in this mess for one reason, because Dr. Stephen Strange decided to cast a memory spell.
Oh, it's just...
Wait, did he say that they're in this mess only because of one thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
What he said.
I mean,
correct me if I'm wrong. It's been about a month since I've seen it, but I'm pretty sure Peter Parker is in there fucking with the spell the entire time that causes the whole thing to
aren't we going to maybe lay into Peter a bit for actually going to Doctor Strange in the first place? I mean, surely people knowing his face and everything is his problem to deal with,
right? I mean, but again though, putting all the blame on Strange, like
standard spell of forgetting.
Like, can he not like blame this on Iron Man again?
Yeah, I'm surprised Doctor Strange didn't tell Peter to go suck it up, Buttercup, piss off.
Well, that's because he likes the little kid. He fell for him.
And it was meant to be simple and harmless, but it all went wrong.
I really should put the warnings before
that's a little thing called plot.
Yeah, he didn't really think it through before he got going.
Reality was almost destroyed, all because Steven decided to flex his magical muscles.
So you're gonna catch on pretty quick
that wasn't an act of bravado, you wanker.
Oh no! He blames this He blames this on the arrogance of fucking Doctor Strange. That is like his main crux of his argument here is that fucking Strange, fucking straight white male, all fucking like blah.
You're gonna have to forgive me because I'm not actually seeing the movie, but as I understand it, he's doing this to help. He's doing this to help Peter out, right? And shit goes wrong.
Yes.
That's basic.
Well, because
he's not doing it. He's not doing it for some sort of egocentric reason.
Yeah, no, he's not flexing on him. So basically, I forgot you fuckers don't watch movies. Brumble, have you seen this?
We know enough.
I have seen it a couple times.
Yeah. All right.
I honestly though can't say that I disagree completely with the premise that Doctor Strange wasn't mostly at fault because he didn't actually think anything through. He was just like, okay, let's just cast a spell.
I'm with you.
This.
Well, that's fair enough. Well, that's fair enough. But
to say he is the one person responsible.
Exactly. And this guy is also attributing malicious intent where there was none.
Shut
the
fuck up. Is that real? Oh boy. I'm tearing that thing apart. Oh, that upset me. Just reading it in fucking chat.
So I semi-agree with the premise of the video.
I'm not saying he's not at fault.
I don't think I'll agree with the reasons that he has.
Well, he's already said like he is the one person responsible for all of this. But correct me if I'm wrong. When he's doing the spell thing, Peter Parker, he's adding new shit to it.
Yeah.
And so, which causes it to become.
Doesn't Stephen explicitly say the words, "Stop messing with my spell"?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So again, I'm not saying Stephen is blameless, but for a dude the last time we saw who went out of his way to blame everyone but the magic wielding cuckoo banana chick, like I feel like this is coming out of nowhere for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, he
did give us a one chance in 40 million.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll rephrase that. He's doing that thing that a lot of male feminists like to do, which is crap on their own gender, and it's pathetic.
Yeah, but he's not. Well, I was about to say he's not alone. Like, there's a team behind this garbage. I mean, my God, dude, you have a team behind your channel, and this is the.
But Stephen's wrongdoings in No Way Home go far beyond his botched spell. He made so many bad calls, choices that not only put reality at risk, but also raise some moral questions about power and the consequences of misusing it.
Boy, I feel like that
being a flawed human being, you cock.
Also, I feel like that whole, like, he brought up questions of morality. I feel like that may be what they're doing for, telling a story.
That's kind of the point, yeah. It's called themes and moral exploration and things like that. It's called plot and it's called depth. Like, that's the point.
Yeah, if Strange didn't do anything, we wouldn't have the movie at all because
exactly
they wrote the movie.
Yeah. I'm sure this guy doesn't understand what plot is, but anyway.
We made fire, we fight war, we can argue and still be friends after. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Except for this douchebag.
Desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
Let's begin with Doctor Strange's main misdeed in No Way Home, the memory spell. Now, to be fair, Peter Parker holds a lot of responsibility here. He was the one who asked Stephen for his help. Peter actually wanted Stephen to use the Time Stone to rewrite history, but Stephen was the one that suggested the memory spell.
The runes of Kafka.
The runes of Kafka.
Oh, it's just a standard spell of forgetting.
He could have just said, "Sorry, kid," and sent Peter on his way. But
he could have been a dick, like how you're trying to describe him at the same time, saying that he could have done that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this whole multiverse of madness thing, isn't the whole plot of Multiverse of Madness about Stephen Strange kind of getting his comeuppance for messing with all of that shit?
I think so.
This guy
he kind of brought the multiverse in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But this guy is already fucking himself in the face because Stephen Strange getting punished is kind of the point of this next film, presumably.
We can't really use that movie because we haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to.
Well, I like to think it still counts. I mean, when was this video dated?
It came out today. That's why I'm jumping on it. Now the other one was on Wanda. This particular videos come out today, he's got no friggin' excuse because he knows that Multiverse of Madness is going to be dealing with this shit. He should know this. That's why he's trying to get it out now, so he can. He doesn't want to waste the opportunity to take some shots at Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
instead, he decided to brainwash the whole world just to help out Peter Parker.
First of all, not the whole world, dum-dum. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Not the whole world. Like, there's people that don't give a shit.
And brainwashing is a bit of a loaded phrase.
A little bit, yeah. He's not brainwashed. He's not.
A loaded phrase.
So he's not replacing memories with
he's
fake
also
memories.
He's not forcing his will on people either. Not really, if you think about it that way.
Yeah, like brainwashing is just a completely misnomer.
No, this is all your fault.
It was his idea, so he is the main culprit. Peter is a friend.
What? that motherfucker.
Neighborhood Spider-Man. He has no idea how magic spells work or the implications of the runes of Kulf Kal. Steven is
why
the
he
expert.
should have kept his frigging mouth shut.
Right. Like he has no idea, but the first thing he's like, hey, use that fucking Infinity Stone.
He knows firsthand that there are consequences to spells. And, as Wong said,
that spell travels the dark borders between known and unknown reality. It's too dangerous.
Now, I'm no magic expert, but this spell sounds pretty dangerous.
That's what Wong says about everything.
Yeah.
And for anyone who says that Strange should have just erased the world's memory of Mysterio framing and revealing Peter's identity, that's still wrong.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Bart.
What makes it wrong?
Because it went wrong.
If
is
you want
what
to
he's
argue
saying.
moral relativism,
Yeah.
And
like, well, no,
if you're
like,
gonna if you're gonna do the two wrongs make a right argument, don't then make a video about Wanda Maximoff bewitching an entire town, defending her. It's like, shut up, dude.
So, here's my question though, right? If he would have erased the world knowledge of fucking Mysterio or whatever the fuck, revealing that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, if he just had everyone forget that even happened, right? Nothing else, just that. What would be wrong about that? What is the like what makes it immoral, like this guy's saying, if he did that?
Well, I think where he's coming from is that he's tampering with people's minds, and that's wrong.
Right. It wasn't.
It wasn't wrong when Wanda did it, of course.
Yeah, and Wanda did it to torture people. There's
So
no
apparently,
comparison.
The metric he apparently wants to use, is global. So he doesn't give a fuck about a town. It's numbers. It's all about numbers. He doesn't give a fuck about a town, but he gives a fuck about the entire world. So
yeah, if it was Men in Black and he had just flashed two people, no problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's
you think
numbers.
he has a problem
the
with
metric
that?
He's using seems to be numbers.
All right, could I get the real quick version? I missed the last 10 minutes. What was
He's an
that they
idiot.
just said? No, I get that because I can see that you're only like 20-something seconds into it. It looks like I can't really tell, but
okay, this guy is basically trying to. Previously, this guy has defended Wanda from WandaVision
Grant was here.
for bewitching an entire town, but now he's trying to lay the same crime at Doctor Strange's feet and saying that
he shouldn't mess with people's minds.
Yeah, he needs to be held accountable, but Wanda's apparently okay.
Right, because she didn't mess with as many minds.
okay. So he's arguing is based purely and simply on the fact that it affected more people.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
pretty
hasn't said it specifically, but we'll give him a chance.
That's
We'll see what
where we're thinking he's going. Yeah.
Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Dad!
Two wrongs make a right, Lisa.
We're still talking about a spell that will affect billions. It won't just erase their memories. It will rewrite them into something else.
But they used that same cutaway clip in the previous video.
But by
About
the way,
two wrongs not making a right, but for the other point.
how does this fucker know that it not only is going to erase the memory of Peter Parker from everyone, but replace it with a fake memory? I'm not again, he said he was no expert in magic, and I am certainly not a magicologist, so I can't speak with with any sense of like definitive knowledge about this, but I'm pretty sure that no one ever mentioned that shit in the fucking movie, that it was going to replace it with fake memories.
But wasn't that kind of what Wanda did in the first place? She basically overwrote everybody with a bunch of quirky personalities from like sitcoms and shit.
Oh,
well, not just that. She didn't just take their memories and change it. She gave them new personas, but assuming that she did that and they weren't just meat puppets screaming in their own mind.
But they were though, because that dude was like, I feel everything. Like, not only did they have to live through this.
Yeah, but he was. We don't know. He was talking about Wanda though.
In the last video, he was talking about Wanda.
Grant has become the blockbuster guy.
He was. That was his argument. He's like, when he said, she's doing this to me, you're like, well, we don't know he's talking about Wanda. It could be Agnes.
Yeah. Sorry.
It was Agnes or Agatha all along. But the other thing is billions. I mean, it was the daily. What is it? The Daily Bugle and Spider-Man. I mean, how much reach do they have? Do they have reach to China?
Dude,
I mean,
he had like early Alex Jones level of
Alex
fame.
Jones stuff. But here's the thing: it did not just do that; it did physically change his location because he had a studio, and then right at the end of it, he was back to being in the apartment. So it didn't just take people's minds; it physically altered reality.
Wait, what?
Because what happened to all in what Doctor Strange did? It wasn't just a spell to forget. It physically changed evidence because the videos would still be up on the internet.
Yeah, you had to alter all.
Yeah.
I mean, they've essentially done the exact same thing.
I don't know.
No, the way they explained the spell, it would never have worked anyway if you just made people forget because there was footage and everything else. So, I mean,
motherfucker, like there's been footage of Bigfoot for how long? Shit, we got a Yeti on the channel with it. People still don't believe it. That don't mean nothing.
Leave culture out of this.
Well, I was talking about Yeti Cast.
I know, but it's fun to make fun of culture.
You got to understand, Brahma Bull and Yeti Cast they're at polar opposites when it comes to textures. You got one with a lot of hair and one with no hair, so yeah, we try not to put them next to each other on panel.
All right, let's go with this guy.
Untrue.
All those memories just erased! Sitting in this room collecting dust! What's the point of going on if most of everything that happens just ends up sitting in here?
The world knew about Spider-Man's identity
like a knife
for weeks. So what happens to that span of time? Strange claims it's a simple spell for forgetting, but there's clearly a lot more to it.
No, bitch. Like you're showing shit that happened after Peter Parker fucked up the spell. All right? You don't know what would have happened if the spell wouldn't have been, fucked with by Peter.
Yeah, like
right?
the spell might have been quite simple, but the consequences certainly might not have been.
Right.
He's the thing. We don't know. He's
exactly.
He's attributing the multiverse breaking and everything and all that to the original spell, which it wasn't.
Right.
Because there's no way Wong would have let it go. If it was that dangerous to do it, he wouldn't have let it happen.
Right.
It's basically the same as rewriting reality.
Unethical, dangerous. This is wrong.
Now what's ironic is that when Peter asked Stephen Strange to use the Time Stone, Stephen proves how insanely stupid that request is.
We tampered with the stability of space.
They don't, but those two things don't do this.
I think he's got some nerve to be talking about irony as far as I'm concerned.
Like, I don't think you can compare the effects that the Time Stone has on reality than just some, you know what I mean? Like, shit. Like, Bill Cosby, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, just some, like, some forget-me juice is all we're talking here, dude.
Yeah, it's just like a forget-me-not pill.
Yeah, right? I've been roofied like 5 times. It's fine. Shit. Well, you got to build up a tolerance if you want to put in both
time to resurrect countless lives. You want to do it again now just because yours got messy?
Yet, 5 seconds later, Strange is just fine with rewriting the memories of countless people without their consent.
He keeps saying rewriting the memories.
You're taking shit out of context because I'm pretty sure there's a bit more dialogue and a bit more explanation and a bit more movie in general before that happens.
There is. I haven't been able to be even a little calm to get across some points on fucking Hurt Locker.
I feel so violated.
This spell is also an extreme violation of privacy and free will. And this
come on.
Oh, motherfuck, dude. You're gonna hit him on that? You're gonna hit him on privacy and free will after fucking defending?
After defending Wanda.
Yeah.
Bitch, please.
Dude, we have to do a cut of him arguing with himself.
Right? Oh yeah, I should, huh? I got them both downloaded.
Isn't even the first time Strange cast this spell.
Is somebody willing to stitch them both together?
Wait, hold on. This is important. Hold on. Hold on, because his shit's about to fucking fall apart.
Extreme violation of privacy and free will. And this isn't even the first time Strange cast this spell.
We've used it for a lot less. Do you remember the full moon party at Kamar-Taj? Oh, exactly.
We don't know what happened at the full moon party at Kamar-Taj, but I highly doubt that it warranted a memory.
It's real. That could be just him saying it. It's as likely of him making the story up as it is actually happened.
No, I go with that he's
He likes to nettle one.
No, I say he's telling the truth because what this does, right? Let's take it at face value that he's actually telling the truth. Like, we've used it for a lot less. It's no big deal. That is showing that if Peter Parker wouldn't have fucked with the spell, it would have worked.
That's saying it wouldn't have been. It's not a big deal. It's happened before, and nothing broke in the multiverse. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, even if you don't want to believe the whole like, oh, you don't remember the trip or whatever, the go whatever the fuck he said. But him just saying like we've used it for a lot less sounds very definitive and certain that it's been used. The second half though about him not remembering the party or whatever felt jokey, right? But that first part sounded very, you know what I mean?
We don't know what happened at the full moon party at Kamar-Taj, but I highly doubt that it warranted a memory wipe. It's
what? Who the fuck are you? You don't know what they do there.
It may have been a throwaway joke, but it was something they put into the movie.
Well, clearly it did. You've just been told.
I mean, who are you to say? I highly doubt anything.
Fucking contrarian, honestly.
Dude, you have no idea. One could be a freak. He could be a furry for all we know, and that was the secret found out. He's like, I don't want anyone to know, and he's like, trust me, I don't want to know this either. Let's just get rid of it.
Well, he runs underground fight clubs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Reckless misuse of power. You got to wonder about the moral and ethical implications here.
Tell us about them then. Don't just say like you got to wonder about it. It brings up questions about it. Tell us your thoughts on it.
Misuse of power. You got to wonder about the moral and ethical implications here. If sorcerers can just cast such a spell at any time they want, choosing to erase people's memories whenever it suits them, that's pretty much playing God. And if
no shit.
You know what else is
never know.
That's
you know what
kind
else
of
I
the
think?
point.
You
You never know.
The several gods that exist in the universe.
Or when Wanda played God with an entire fucking town.
And by the way, if he keeps digging down into
but
this
she was
hole,
upset. How dare you?
Yeah, this is also the type of hole, by the way, that if you keep digging, you will undermine the very point of fiction itself.
Because the thing I'm wondering about the whole WandaVision thing, and she says you did the same thing I did, except that you're applauded for it. How would she even know what he did? If everyone's memory,
it's not the same thing though.
In response to that, that would imply that also Stephen Strange is actually paying for his actions. Bitch, you haven't paid for a single one of your actions yet.
No, she is paying for it because remember now she's alone in a cabin.
Oh, phooey.
She has herself there. We've seen the other version.
Oh, right, that's right.
Strange is willing to wipe the world's memory for Peter, then where's the line?
Gods don't have to choose. We take.
I mean, Strange literally found an all-in-one solution for any time he or the other heroes mess up. Instead of facing the consequences for their mistakes.
Did you hear this, motherfucker?
Strange can just wave his hand.
They already said that he's used a spell without any consequences.
That's kind of the point, but that's the thing. That's kind of the point with magic. You could say that about any magic user in any universe ever.
If somebody's watching this on replay, go back and watch our coverage of this motherfucker defending Wanda, and then come back and watch this.
Does he have an issue with the time stone even existing then?
I think he has an issue with magic users in general. By the sound of it.
Men.
He had no problem with Wanda. In fact, cheered her on. Yeah, girl.
And said all the people that didn't do it, they got to watch a magic show and they're being ungrateful.
True, I forgot. Yeah, like did Doctor Strange give the world a magic show? No, the dick.
Superman reversing time by flying around the planet in reverse took things out of the natural order.
Yeah, dude.
He would have a problem with Superman.
Dude, he was also sad. So
that's what I meant before. You know, you dig down in this particular hole, you're going to undermine the very point of fiction itself.
No, but I do think that there is a lot of validity with like doing, and I hate using this word because it's so now, but deconstructing the idea of at what point does a godlike being, you know what I mean? Like with Superman, reversing the time with, reversing time for his personal loss. Same thing with Wanda, right? Like that's not okay. Like you should really look into the morality of what it is that they're doing.
Yeah, on the basis of morality, the two examples that that have been used and everything like that are people doing it for their own sake. That doesn't apply to Stephen. He gained nothing from doing this.
This isn't any personal gain for him.
See, that's the thing. Darius Munchausen brings up a good question. Is he implying that Doctor Strange doesn't worry about consequences because of magic, or because he's a white male?
Straight white male.
Wanda is way more guilty of that. See, that's the thing. You know, if you keep digging down this particular hole, that's the problem with deconstruction. You keep deconstructing shit, you're going to end up deconstructing your entire argument.
Of course. Yeah, that happened. But I do think that there is a lot of value in actually the deconstructing those ideas.
To a point, and within reason.
Yeah, of course. Everything with moderation. Come on.
And
that's why we MadFap.
Yeah, the guy's base point. Nice use of MadFap, by the way. The guy's base point is correct. I mean, if a person can do this, I mean that makes them more powerful and everything. That's kind of a scary thing to have. But they've established it as not an issue in the universe. If this was something that just come up now for the first time.
Yeah, we're not actually pondering the moral implications of magic users in general. We're just dealing with this.
They legitimately changed 5 years worth of history in the Avengers.
Oh, I mean, more than that, because. Well, no, I mean the snap, but like the idea of like the whole time travel. Well, because then you have the fucking separate time, whatever. I don't want to get into that shit. But I forgot. Is this channel any good? I don't know if you mean art, like this channel or the channel we're watching.
Yes, this channel. That channel, no, but we're thankful that it exists.
Yes.
Hands and poof, everyone forgets. It's actually terrifying. People should be able to trust.
Huh?
There's a bit of a homophobic word he used then.
What did he say?
Poof.
Yeah.
Poof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yes, Lasso, that does not answer. Well, like, you mean this channel or the channel we're watching? Yes.
These heroes to do the right thing, but both Strange and Spider-Man prove that.
Wait, hold on.
So he says the heroes did the right thing. He showed a clip from Endgame where they literally use time travel to change what's happening.
Hold on, no, because I think he's saying that we should
mess
trust
up. Instead of facing the consequences for their mistakes, Strange can just wave his hands and poof, everyone forgets. It's actually terrifying. People should.
Yeah, but I bet this motherfucker cheered Rey on when in Force Awakens, like, oh, you go, girl. You don't even need to know what this thing is. You don't even need to know the concept of what it is that you're doing. You just do it.
Dude, they showed in the first thing she bypassed the compressor. Backstory.
Well, I'll be interested to see what he says about the end of the movie, because if you're just supposed to accept the consequences of what you've done, then I guess they shouldn't have tried to reverse it at the end, because just accept consequences.
True.
Well, if he's going to argue consequences, I would argue that the next Doctor Strange movie is going to cover all of that. So
it's going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's going to be a mess, but that's kind of the point. It's going to be the consequences of breaking the world and breaking the multiverse and all of that shit. I mean, that's kind of the point of the next movie, isn't it?
Bro, he used the clip from fucking Men in Black.
Yeah.
By the way, like, I feel bad for Sam Raimi, right? Because like Spider-Man 3, one of the big reasons it failed is because they were trying to stuff in too many villains, right? And they were, you know, like there wasn't it wasn't a very focused story. And so he's back into to comic book movies, and now he has 54 fucking cameos and goddamn 20 main characters to deal with. This is gonna go so well.
But we don't even really know who the villain is. It's like the opposite effect.
We heard during Yelling at Park Cars that Chris Gore's review already came out, and it's bad.
Who the fuck is a Chris Korg?
Chris
Gore.
Okay, who's a Chris Gore?
Was on G4 back in the day, way back in the day. Loves film.
He's an awesome bloke.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I've been on a stream with him. He's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah? I wasn't invited.
Other heroes mess up. Instead of facing the consequences for their mistakes, Strange can just wave his hands and poof, everyone forgets. It's actually terrifying. People should be able to trust these heroes to do the right thing, but
they shouldn't, though. They're still they're
still human beings. They're called flawed human beings.
Some of them, yeah.
Most of them.
Well, let's just say that last time a town full of people trusted a superhero, didn't go too good for him, did it?
Well, true, exactly.
Oh, I think I may have streamed with him too. Is he a quiet guy?
The fucking irony of this video, honestly.
Man, his hair looks wiggity whack. Grant didn't hear me
like
when
my
I did
goatee. Just a streak of white.
His face looks weird.
Both Strange and Spider-Man prove that they will do the very wrong and selfish thing if it serves them.
No, motherfucker, because Doctor Strange didn't do it for him, you idiot. What benefit?
But because he said that he's already done it in the past, therefore he's selfish. Even though we don't know. But when Wanda did it, it was for the right reasons. It was to give herself a level up. He gained no extra power from this. So what was the point?
And Doctor Strange holds more power than most heroes, since even something as seemingly harmless as a spell can tear reality apart.
That's not...
And what's insane here is that there is no one to enforce such spells, because the very people who should be enforcing the use of spells are the same people who are using them.
We need to be put in check. If we can't accept limitations, we're...
What does he want? He want like government oversight on... You know what he wants? He wants fucking...
Christ
what's his name from Red Belt? Because he's trying to go around like, no, y'all don't deserve this power. You don't deserve magic.
I'm getting distinct big government commie vibes from this dude.
Well, I forgot his name. I can't pronounce his name anyway. The dude from Red Belt.
He just wants a new Ministry of Magic.
Do you know? Y'all know who I'm talking about?
No,
he was the best.
No,
he was like his best friend in, like, not his best friend, but like he was like the black guy from the first Doctor Strange movie that turns bad at the end.
Oh, Mordo.
Yeah.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
There you go. Wow. Look at you, Grant. You've practiced. By the way, Red Belt, I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
boundaryless. We're no better than the bad guys.
And look, it's nice and all that Steven is willing to move heaven and earth just to help out Pete, but maybe...
So fucking condescending.
See, we're going down the really morally relativist view here, which is going to be really fucked up because he's going to end up screwing up because ultimately his own morality is inconsistent.
Tone it down a little.
Everything is inconsistent.
Yeah. If there's the only consistent thing about this guy and this channel is their inconsistency.
Sure, there's a spell that...
And also, I don't know if you realize this, there are a lot of posts on Reddit about how... I can't think of the user's name. I'll try and see if I can find it. This guy goes on a rant, and then 2 days later, they come out with almost an identical video based on all the points that he makes.
Oh, wait, some other guy?
Yeah, I don't even think they fact check half the stuff. So I don't know if it's related or they just have equally bad takes.
Well, I mean, maybe they're getting mollered.
It could very well be, as long as I don't get ragged.
Would have allowed Strange to expose Quentin Beck's lies, like some remembrance spell or a way to review memories.
Why do they show fucking Minority Report and talking about memories and shit? Like,
there's memories
like in Harry.
I guess
I
don't know.
He wants a Ministry of Magic. I told you, this is what he's leading to.
A Ministry of Magic did he say that?
No, that's what he's basically saying.
Oh man, I got like
Ministry of Erasing Information.
Than the bad guys.
And look, it's nice and all that Steven is willing to move.
And by the
heaven and
way,
earth.
that whole Civil War thing, that was actually the point of the movie. The whole thing about superheroes, all it takes is one bad day and they're screwed. That's kind of the point, right?
Well, and also, you've got to understand, the point of Civil War, when they were showing the thing about that kid that was crushed by the Hulk, and the mother that was upset about it and testifying and all that sort of stuff, that was because
you'll
Wanda...
You'll have to forgive me because I
on.
haven't actually seen Civil War.
Wait, hold on. Did you say the Hulk crushed a kid? Oh, yeah. Are you talking about from the New York?
It was when the Hulk was fighting Tony.
There was a kid that got smashed?
Yeah, it was a video. Apparently, he was the one that they showed it from first person. It was a guy that.
No, I think that happened in New York. I remember because he's looking up and the Hulk is like on the side of the building, hitting those things, and then part of the building falls on the guy.
Yeah, I thought that was. Okay, I might be getting.
It's New York.
It's New York. Okay, well then my point doesn't make any sense because Wanda wasn't involved. But if it was the other fight, that was directly because Wanda messed with him. So it's Wanda's fault again.
No, this was because the Hulk being Hulk.
You see, now he's undermining the whole point of superheroes in general. Now he's gone full Syndrome from The Incredibles.
And the idea that say a president can decide better than a superhero just because they're the president.
Yes,
Yeah,
even
and
though from his point of view, nothing is actually making them better or worse than any other person.
And the whole point of Civil
Yeah,
War
but from
is
his
that
point of
the
view, the
event-
Jedi are evil.
Go on, other twin.
the whole point of Civil War is that Captain America didn't want the Avengers to be under any one particular flag, because the second Avengers, the Avengers are under a certain jurisdiction, then the government can get them to do whatever the hell they want, fight in their wars, and even
not even that, because tell them like where they can respond to and what they like and what they can't.
Yeah, like
respond
the
to.
Avengers is meant to be the Avengers are meant to be the saviors of the world, not just America and whoever's in charge.
But America first.
They become mercenaries. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind of
they
like
eventually become
Dr. Manhattan.
Well, honestly,
Yeah.
depending on how like the way the power structure would work on this board, it would end up with them just debating whether or not to send in the Avengers, and it's already over. Whoever it was that was fucking shit up, fucked it up, and left.
Let's be clear about one thing. There was plenty of opportunities for the Avengers to go around doing things, but they waited to gather together in the second movie in a small Russian town. So I mean, they're definitely putting America first. They never used all the Avengers when they were going around defeating all the bases of Hydra in America. But when it came to another country, they made sure they used all of them. So
Yeah, because who's gonna notice if they, you know what I mean? Like if they fuck up a Russian
that's what
town.
I'm saying, yeah. What Matt said is right. Like they're supposed to be, but they are American first, hands down.
Right.
They are an American government property.
To be honest, it would probably look better because, like,
Except perhaps Natasha, who's Russian. So
no, she's not Russian. She's oh, Natasha. Yeah, she's Russian. Yeah, well, kinda. Who the fuck knows?
They're bad guys.
And look, it's nice and all that Steven is willing to move heaven and earth just to help out Pete, but maybe tone it down a little. I'm sure there's a spell that would.
Motherfucker, he had it toned all the way down until Peter was fucking with it. Why? How does he not? What?
Yeah,
And
he
also,
didn't use an
he's-
Infinity Stone. He used a lesser spell.
Right.
Yeah. He's also forgetting one major thing as well. Kang did it. This is all.
Oh.
This is.
Fuck! I
because of
forgot
that.
about that fucking argument.
You don't
God
want to
damn
become
it.
a variant.
Yeah, you don't want to get fucking.
And hang
like,
on, so he's now contradicting himself, saying it's okay if he used a lesser spell. I thought he had a problem with magicians and power in general.
Not Wanda.
Yeah, not
Oh,
Wanda.
She's not a
for
wizard.
Christ's sake. Anyway, never mind.
But
She's
again,
not one of
like,
the big, she's not one of the big three in this video.
that's the biggest problem with that Loki series with Kang is that all of this is pointless, right? Because what would happen is if Strange's like, no, I don't feel this is right morally, they would come and fucking zap him and restart the goddamn.
That's already happened.
And restart the timeline over and over and over again until he does what he's supposed to do, which is this shit. So really, there is no free will is a little iffy anyways. There's really no proof for it. But like any concept that you could possibly have for free will is gone because it is all in service of the plan by Kang.
Yes,
Fuck
because
Loki.
of the one timeline.
I don't want to bring it up anymore because like you cannot have a discussion on any of this because it always goes back to, yeah, but Kang, like, that it had to be that way.
Have allowed Strange to expose Quentin Beck's lies, like some remembrance spell or a way to review memories like in Harry Potter or something. The way Strange handled Peter's situation proves that superheroes live in ivory towers. When
Harry
a normal
Potter
person
went back and changed time. I mean, they literally stopped deaths from happening.
Not strictly speaking, that's a predestination paradox. It was a time loop, but yeah.
Oh my god, fucking Harry Potter.
But anyway.
But he's using that's his example, and they changed time in that to keep something from dying as one of the effects.
Yeah, Hermione.
Well, that was their intention, but by the end of it, they realized, especially in the movie anyway, that it was just a loop. So they needed to go back in order to cause whatever it is that
causality
made them go
loop.
back in the first place.
No,
So-
Sola says that would just cause an entirely different array of problems for him because it's not that he watches too many movies, is that he fundamentally he does not know he's not understanding, like he's not processing anything that he's seeing in a normal, like, balanced way. because his
he's
lens.
not an objective thinker.
So yeah, an ideology is not necessarily something you do, but it's something you see everything through, right? So like the lens that he sees everything is so off kiltered, right? And just has this like bent to it from clearly this dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say probably CRT. Let's just say it, right? Or just critical theory in general. But it's fucked with the way he sees everything so much that it doesn't matter if he meets a girl out in real life and stops watching movies. He's just going to be doing this shit there.
That's it, Matt. He's a complete Marxist. He sees everything in terms of power,
Absolutely.
A power struggle. That's all he sees. All he sees is a power struggle between, the haves and the have-nots and all of that shit. He's a Marxist.
His frame or wrongfully convicted, that person is basically screwed because changing the ruling of the court is almost impossible.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, where did we get the fugitive
Memories like in
out of
Harry
this?
Potter or something.
Yeah.
The way Strange handled Peter's situation proves that superheroes live in ivory towers. When a normal person is framed or wrongfully convicted, that person is basically screwed because changing the ruling of the court is almost impossible. And
we have an entire system set up to overturn convictions. What are you saying, dude?
Did he just show the fugitive and said that it's impossible to turn over convictions?
I think that's what he said when
Dude,
that's the
we
whole
just
point of the
turned-
story is he overturns the conviction.
We just turned over federal baby killing today. Sorry.
Well, and there's a whole class in this country, at least, that cannot be convicted on anything.
And changing the public's opinion.
Are they superheroes?
By the way, I love Ozzy here. He's like, not all gay guys sound like this jerk. Because automatically assuming this dude's gay. I'm not saying that
he's essentially making an argument about superhero privilege. Dare I say?
But that was exactly his reason for why Wanda did
that was
nothing
the reason
wrong.
why Wanda did the thing. That's the whole point. It's like you don't understand. Superheroes with powers process things at a different way. You cannot put our normal human everyday logic onto what they do because they're superheroes.
So with great power comes no responsibility if you're the female.
I think maybe
superhero.
we'll have to look at this guy's comment section at some point.
Oh, I looked at. I'm like, what did you guys look at? Like, anyway. Yes, it is very, of course, it's difficult to overturn a conviction. However, saying that you're fucked, that it's not going to happen is entirely different than it's going to, it takes effort in, you know what I mean? And you're going to have like,
if you want to use a clip where you're showing it's hard to overturn a conviction, show the movie Life.
Or how about the hurricane?
No, but he got out.
That's a true story. Wait, are we talking about overturning or not overturning?
Yeah, he's saying about not overturning a conviction.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Lasso, like saying that it's not easy to overturn.
No. I'm saying this guy, not Lasso. No, Lasso's fine. I'm saying the guy who's done the video with the editing, he's saying that it's near impossible. Yet he talked about a thing that a guy who was convicted didn't even spend 1 day in prison, before it was overturned.
True. Yeah.
Opinion is essentially hopeless, especially in today's day and age.
Peter,
what makes today's day and age different, bro? To overturn.
Is he gonna go off on one about racism and shit?
Because racism is worse now than it was in the 80s.
You may have dodged your legal
Some say it was worse now than in the 60s.
troubles, but things will get much worse. There is still a court of public opinion.
But in Spider-Man's case, Stephen didn't even need any spells to help Peter. If Doctor Strange and the other popular Avengers came to Spider-Man's defense, then the public's opinion would have changed.
Motherfucker!
Okay, first of all, Captain Marvel is not popular.
No.
Captain Marvel is not popular. Sam Wilson as Captain America is not popular. So I don't know what he's going on about.
Oh no! Listen.
Also at that stage, hadn't happened yet.
Exactly.
There is an entire industry out there that their only job is to make people change their opinion about you and like you again. And guess what? Ask Amber Heard. Doesn't always go that well.
Exactly. It's called PR.
I think
she fired her PR department. PR, sorry, not PR. Sorry.
I think this guy is also forgetting that Civil War actually happened. So public opinion on the Avengers is probably going to be a bit divided at the moment.
It's been divided though.
Yeah.
Even in Age of Ultron, it was divided. But because Iron Man had all those iron bots, I don't know what he called them, but like would send them out to help, and they're like, "Fuck you, robot," and start throwing shit. But they were foreign. You know what I mean? It was like,
oh, and of course, I'm forgetting something as well. I mean, do we all remember the bit where? I mean, I know this is slightly irrelevant, but do we all remember the bit where Sokovia was basically all up in the air, and Wanda is basically using her mind control powers to get every single townsperson out of the country? It's like, yeah, that's messing with people's heads. Why isn't he bringing that up?
But that's for the good.
Yeah, but once again, you forget the one thing. She lost something in that movie. She got upset, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Not in Age of Ultron, she didn't.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
she lost her brother, Pietro.
That was after. Wasn't that after or before? Oh,
but
God,
she's magical. She knew it was there gonna happen.
I mean,
Therefore
she
justifying it.
cried when he died, and she was in the opposite part of the country, so she knows.
More like she left it in the bed.
I got the scenes out of order. Never mind.
Yeah. No. Well, real quick though. Fuck me. What was I gonna say? Yeah. All right. So, but no, seriously, like, I don't know if you've ever been on Twitter, but whenever anyone look at The Rock, right? He's like, Joe Rogan's a good guy. I like Joe Rogan. People are like, fuck you, Rock. Did you see this video of him? After hearing you guys, I now think Joe Rogan is an asshole and a racist. Don't hate me. Like, that's not, no. Just because someone comes, and The Rock was loved by everyone. You know what I mean? No one was like, I don't like that Rock guy. Everyone loved The Rock. But like, are you telling me that the Avengers, if they come up like, Peter's a cool guy, man, like, you know, believe him. They're like, well, you heard it from Black America or whatever his name is. That's not how. That's not how any of this works.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, I
point
came
here,
up with
like,
that on the spot.
He's kind of right. The way in which the MCU treats the superheroes is very similar to the X-Men comics. They're not, but not the normal Avengers comics, because they're all seen as gods. Like Tony Stark could walk in to anywhere on the planet and get whatever he wants. That's different to the MCU. But yeah, it is closer to the X-Men, where the public aren't all swayed by the superheroes, because we constantly see the public attacking superheroes over every little thing. So him saying, like, his point works in the comics, but it doesn't work in the MCU. That's the point. He's equating things like what
his
would
point
happen.
doesn't work on fucking Twitter.
No, I'm saying his point doesn't work.
Nothing works on Twitter.
But if we're keeping it within its own world, it doesn't. It falls apart even worse.
Yeah, dude, look at Rittenhouse. I mean, how much more do you have to see for you to be like, all right, fine, I was wrong. Maybe he's not.
Okay, I mean, Wanda didn't
you know what I mean?
cross
But
state
people are
lines,
still
did she?
like, huh?
Wanda didn't cross state lines. Doctor Strange did.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what you present to people, like, for them to change their mind.
Actually, I'm pretty sure she did cross state lines. I think she went from New York to New Jersey.
Solid point. Not to mention the ocean,
That's a
because
bit
she's
racist.
foreign. I'm just saying, like, trying to tell me that if the Avengers came out and were like, he's a cool guy, y'all should like him, and people are gonna be like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. He can fly, so listen to him.
Everyone, that wasn't Bill Burr. That was Mad. Just to let you know.
Wait, did you thought that I was doing my Bill Burr?
It sounded like it.
I don't think so. I don't know. I have to listen to more Bill Burr. I haven't heard any of his stuff. I stopped listening to him when, like, he got a little iffy. You know what I mean? With, like, especially with, like, Gina, like, well, I'm like, oh man, I should stop. I always get worried about the people I really like, that they're gonna go woke. You know what I mean?
Dude, it happened to me. My three favorite comedians were all called Jimmy. Thank God Jim Gaffigan is still as obsessed with food, not politics. Because Jim Jeffries and Jimmy Carr let me down.
True story. A student once told me I look like Jim Jeffries. I don't know whether to be insulted or not.
Dude, it's all right. I've always said you look like a bit of a cunt, so.
Fuck you.
Seriously, did Jimmy Carr go woke?
Yeah, he had a whole special about people not wearing masks and about pay gaps and everything. I'm like, oh my God. Dude, you don't even pay your taxes. Don't talk about the pay gap.
All right. No offense to your friend, sir, but
here we go.
Experiences vary when it comes to Iraq or Afghanistan. There's a lot of people that were there that didn't do shit, never left, right? What I'm saying, like, I don't know if he hasn't seen it in a long time, because there is no one from any branch that has served that can sit through the first 5 minutes without going, holy fuck, bro. The advisor on the movie that came into work on the movie, he had to come out and explain. He didn't apologize, but explain why it was so inaccurate because of how much shit he was getting from across, especially from fucking EOD, right? The EOD guys, the bomb guys, dude, because this is a community and this motherfucker was a part of that community and they ripped into him. And what he said was, this is what the advisor, the military advisor, specifically for EOD bullshit, right? The bomb shit. He goes, well, we didn't want to sacrifice the story for accuracy, because the story was more important. What they wanted to say with the movie was more important than whether or not any of this shit actually makes sense, or
well, I mean, it makes sense
any
because
world.
I do remember the poster saying that the most inaccurate. Oh wait, no, it's the most accurate war film since Private Ryan. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
Who said this?
There was the posters for it. It was built on
an Oscar.
Built on realism.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's probably just been a while, because even I knew I didn't really care for it, but I was like, I don't know how bad it was. Maybe I was just upset that day when I saw it. Like, that's why I gave it another chance. Like, maybe because everything tells you it's supposed to be good, right? Ooh, it won an Oscar. Ooh, it has Hawkeye in it. He doesn't have his arrows or whatever, right? Like, you're like, oh, it has Black America or whatever in it too. Like, oh man, like everything looks like it should be a good movie, right? Until you watch the motherfucker and it gets...
Well, when Stripes is more military accurate, you know you've got an issue.
Yeah. And there's nothing that says that Jarhead and Hurt Locker can't both be bad.
Yeah. Jarhead is more hated. Yeah, because it's more personal, because it's specifically Marine. Yeah, I mean, so yes, Marines would hate specifically Marine movies that do them wrong. They would hate that more than other ones. That, yes.
It's just like a bunch of.
By the way, this is very anecdotal, like on both sides, even my side. However, I am backing up by the fucking advisor having to come out and fucking spew some
it's
bullshit.
the same thing about people in the Navy hating up Periscope because of how exactly accurate it is.
Yeah. So Lasso, it's not even that they didn't want to for facts. We're not even talking about facts. We're talking just basic shit. The way that they interacted with each other would never happen. You have a brand new staff sergeant coming to your little fucking squad or whatever, and you're like, "Yo, what up, bro?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, just the way they interacted with each other.
Dude, he was black. How else are you supposed to talk to him?
I'm paraphrasing. But what I'm saying is, like, just like their interactions between each other, like, no one talks to each other like that, especially like with the differential and power structures.
You would get a feeling for him first.
Oh. In the Army is a classic. It's one of the
everyone knows that when this new staff sergeant comes in, the first thing you'll ask him is, "So, what are your pronouns?" Yeah. They really appreciate that. Make sure you do that in boot camp too.
I'll put it like, overall, I think the Outpost does probably the best job. Overall, right? Especially for me. I mean, there's a 4th ID guys, like, you know what I mean? Like I was in 4th ID, like, so it holds, but in the director, man, Grant, fuck, I just forgot his name. Rod. Damn it. I even got to talk to him and shit on a stream. Cool guy. He did The Last Castle too with Robert Redford. Anyway, but
I don't think I've seen that one.
What, The Last Castle? Check it out. It's good. Yeah, he West Point guy, you know what I mean? Like, he served, he didn't deploy or anything, but he had that respect, and you could see it. And the thing about the Outpost, right? Here's the thing. If you're doing a military movie, especially something that's deployed, and I don't see a spit bottle anywhere, or I don't see a single guy with a can of Copenhagen, your movie's bullshit. From the jump, it's bullshit, right? The Outpost, there are spit bottles everywhere,
or a town.
It's a city.
Anyway, so yeah, the Outpost overall is probably the best, in my opinion. I think the most accurate depiction of like GSWs are like, why am I being muted?
What's going on?
Anyways, Grant's muted me.
So you were still talking the whole time.
Whatever. It said that somebody muted me. The Lone Survivor with Maki Mak, right? I can't watch it again because the way they depicted being shot was too real. If that makes like it hit. Does that make sense? Like, I was like, oh, I can't take this.
It's like
so it was the opposite.
Yeah, it went too far for me.
You never go full GSW, they say.
Yeah, you never go full GSW. Yeah. Anyway, and yes, Top Gun is 100% accuracy, especially the volleyball scene.
They love me. Because these are the heroes that the world trusts. And if they support Spider-Man, then suddenly people start having doubts about Mysterio's story.
What the fuck are you saying?
They showed Ant-Man and he was on lockdown.
I gotta rewind it. I'd give him some
Popular Avengers came to Spider-Man's defense, then the public's opinion would have changed dramatically. They love me.
You're just, what a fucking assumption.
Because these are the heroes that the world trusts. And if they support Spider-Man, then suddenly people start having doubts about Mysterio's story. Ironically, Mysterio said it best.
Unless you're flying around with a cape or shooting lasers from your hands, no one will even listen.
Sure.
A lot of assumptions being made. Like this dude,
How does Tom Holland have a better ass than Zendaya in that shot?
Maybe he had a butt double like Brie does.
Everyone will still know that Peter's Spider-Man, but the real reason that MIT rejected him, MJ, and Ned wasn't because he's Spider-Man, but because he's a controversial superhero suspected of murder.
Bullshit. That was the biggest part of that entire movie that I hated. There's no way. Every school would want to have Spider-Man in there.
Would they?
Absolutely.
No, I don't think so. Well, no, because if public opinion is split on him, I mean, come on, bro. They want him to let Ben Shapiro. Like they get, you know what I mean? Like they melt down when he shows up to a college. You think that they're going to be cool with Spider-Man
because they're all gun-free zones, and he's going to keep them that way.
But
no,
not just that. Because the problem is they're equating the real media with the Alex Jones type person who was against him. So therefore, shouldn't they be all for him?
Well, no, they were throwing bricks through his fucking windows at his house and shit, dude. That people love Mysterio because he like when he died with everybody under the like the belief that he was saving the world, right?
Because he died on the London Bridge, and everyone loves that place.
Oh man, it was falling down.
Fact, if Peter was proven innocent, then MIT and other colleges would have fought over the prestige of having a super.
He was proven innocent in the court of law.
That's what
just
I'm
like
saying.
Rittenhouse.
Like, that's exactly where Scipio.
Who tried to go to like ASU or some shit, and they're like, "Fuck off."
Superhero as their student.
You're a hero. I'm going to talk to him.
Oh, she's in Barry. By the way, I'm almost done with the first season of Barry already. Holy shit, dude! It is so good. Like I legit enjoy. We're loving every fucking episode, every minute of Barry on HBO, dude. I looked it up. There's 3 seasons. The first season has a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I wouldn't look too much stuff up about especially early on in the second season.
Season 2 and season 3, 100%. I'm like, I normally whenever I see that, I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. You know what I mean? Like if they get like something rated like at a 15, I'm like on board because it's usually the opposite. But dude, loving the hell out of Barry.
I'll check
about
it
your
out.
friend,
Yeah, I'm loving it.
and I'm going to talk to him about you.
Sure, Peter should have thought of all this himself, but he was pretty desperate, and his IQ levels tend to plummet whenever he's under pressure.
What?
Wow, just taking.
Dude, he's like one of the smartest people in the entire universe.
Remember that whole thing in the mirror universe, whatever? He's like, oh, this is like nerd shit,
Amateur.
math. Yeah, and he's like,
thank God he wasn't under pressure by someone who can legitimately erase time and memory.
Oh man, or when he had to go against that Thanos guy. Oh boy, on the planet, he's like saving fucking people.
Or let's just open up a portal into space and let one of the strongest, enemies in the universe get sucked out of the hole and frozen.
Yeah, like from that old movie. Yeah.
Yeah. That Aliens 4 thing or whatever it was.
Oh man, I kind of blinked out there for a second. What? Aliens?
Yeah.
That was what he said. Like he's talking about being under pressure. Like they're running out of oxygen and everything like that. And they're facing against an alien, and he comes up with an idea to defeat the alien on the fly really quickly, and he does it because his IQ drops.
Yeah, he also did it against
actually, no,
Paul
no,
Rudd.
No, that makes
he wasn't
that
running
makes
out
perfect
oxygen.
sense. No, that makes perfect sense because with lower oxygen, and the pressure, there's actually less pressure in the thing. It's being depressurized, so he's able to think quicker.
I hate having to defend this guy, but technically, no. The oxygen thing was before he was on the ship. He came up with a plan. Him and Tony Stark were just like mask off, just talking. He's like, "Hey, you ever seen this really really old movie?" Like, so he wasn't like oxygen deprived when he came up with the idea to alien eyes the dude.
Yeah, they suck him into space.
I mean, it was only shortly afterwards.
Yeah.
It'd still be having the effects.
Oh, but however, though, when he came up with a really, really cool movie, like idea from an old movie to take down Ant-Man, or Paul Rudd, that's when he was under pressure because people were throwing shit. See, here's another person randomly that also is enjoying Barry.
Bless you.
Doc Anonymous is an awesome individual.
Achoo. Sorry, make sure I got a bless you from the back.
Yeah.
I think you might have annoyed your girlfriend a bit too often with that silly laugh that you do.
Oh God.
Dude, she's pissed at y'all, not me.
No. My wife's pissed at me. It's our 19th anniversary, and it's 1:14, and I'm on stream still.
You know what? I was like, because like the girlfriend was like, "Who's this Brahma Bull guy? I'm not sure about him." I'm like, "Let's give him a chance." You just won me over, sir.
19 years,
bros before hoes. Oh yeah, dude, 19 years. Relax. It's not the 20th. Calm down.
Wait,
there,
so
lady.
is it
no,
now?
She doesn't give a shit
now
either
the
way
anniversary,
anymore.
or was it yesterday?
May 2nd. So
yesterday. Narrow it down.
For me, an hour and 14 minutes ago was still my anniversary.
Bro, if you were waiting until the last hour to do anything for your anniversary, that's on you.
Yeah,
I got her lunch.
There you go. By the way, we have no idea.
At the 19-year point, there's it's just another day.
I mean,
we kind of started there because like I have no idea. Like neither one of us, like we could try to figure it out once. Like, well, I guess technically it would have been that Thanksgiving. Like I went to her parents for the first, or maybe it was this. You know what I mean? Like we're like, we have.
She thought it was tomorrow or today now. So I mean,
you know what you say? You do
it was
something
like,
today.
Okay, at least I had the date right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do something today, and then just say, you know what, honey? I thought for 19 years, and you were right. Today's our anniversary. There we go.
Yeah. Just admit your wrongness.
But also small little thing. If you're gonna forget one, the 19th is probably better than the 20th.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's not like it's the 20th. Yeah.
Facts.
We're totally everybody. I'm pretty sure we don't have to do a poll for this one because I'm pretty sure we got the numbers. Everyone is on the side of bros before wives. See,
100%. Wait, you watching, honey? Yeah, I agree. 100%.
The newlywed goes to get the poll.
You didn't even think to plead your case with them first before you asked me to brainwash the entire world?
Strange is supposed to be the responsible adult, the logical rationalist. He applied his...
Look, hold on. It's another random person who also doesn't know when their anniversary is with whoever their other person is. Random.
Objectivity when he argued that the villains must be sent back to their universes because their presence put reality at risk. Him being a cool-headed pragmatist is the only effective way to handle those high stakes. That's what made him such a skillful surgeon, because he was able to keep his calm in extreme situations.
Motherfucker, you have no idea what it takes to be a good surgeon. Like
he does. He has DVDs behind him. He clearly
because he didn't freak out. Yeah, that's a good base to start from.
But that's it's your ability to be able to do it. If he's freaking out but still able to keep it enough together to do the job,
right?
But he's better than someone who can go in there and keep their calm the entire way, but is nowhere near as good. I'm going with a guy that's freaking out who's better.
By the way, real quick, this is how you know this guy's never been in anything remotely close to being at a level of like. You know what I mean? Like
stress. He's never experienced stress of any kind.
Well, because what he doesn't realize is when you're in these situations that he's talking about, that these guys magically keep their cool. No, dum-dum. What it comes down to is muscle memory, which is why you train, whether military or police or whatever, you do it over and over and over and over and over again. Because when shit happens and you're not thinking and you lose like fine motor skill, like skills and shit,
Yeah,
right?
refined motor skills. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the reason why boxers and MMA guys can get their head clocked, and all of a sudden they're attacking the referee, and they're still pulling up a really a really sleek transition and submission because they don't know, because they're so used to doing that.
Exactly. So no, dumb. It's
all that objectivity go all of a sudden.
By the way, comment of the night.
Sucking up your IQ, vacuuming the cortex, feeding off your brain.
And you know what I suspect? Steven didn't want to perform the spell for Peter's sake. I mean, yes, that was part of the reason.
What was the only other reason he would have done it?
He's gonna try and pin it on Steven.
Yo,
you watch.
Hold on. The spell that did not benefit Doctor Strange in any way whatsoever. He did it all for himself.
That makes sense because you know why? Because he just became new friends with someone, so therefore he's getting a lot out of it.
Here, keep going. I gotta grab something real quick.
No, it's terrible. It doesn't make any sense.
So this dude really looks like somebody off of Star Trek.
Will Wheaton, a little bit.
No, I think it was Deep Space
I do want to
Nine.
say "shut up, Wesley" every time I look at him, though.
Oh
that
yeah,
counts.
That guy's such a douche canoe.
Duscipio, do we agree that all twins are pure evil?
No, they're only half evil. That's why there's two of them. The trick is to not know which one it is.
Precisely.
Or not let them know which one it is.
No, we're not supposed to let you guys know. That's the point.
Oh no, you can, because here's the thing: if the evil one let us know that they were evil, we wouldn't believe them anyway.
I didn't hear you bless me earlier either.
I blessed you.
Yeah, I blessed you. No, I sneezed at you.
What's that?
Yeah,
we blessed you. I blessed you.
And we were just agreeing in general that Will Wheaton is a wanker.
Oh,
yeah.
Fact.
Look at this, boy. I don't know who this person's talking to, but I'm sure whoever it is has an alarm set. We can go on. Oh, I'll press play.
But there was a subconscious motive. Steven is back.
Motherfucker, how do you know his subconscious motive?
He's a mind reader now, is he?
He has the Mind Stone.
Back to being an arrogant jerk. The same one that he was as a surgeon, and he just wanted to prove that he could perform that spell.
The spell that he's already done?
Dude, you literally just said he's already done this spell a number of times, and then now he's arrogant because he wants to see that he can do it? He already did.
Bro, dude, my first question would be like, what in this movie told you or showed you that this was what was happening? Because at no point was there anything in this to even give a hint of like, oh, no, he's not doing this for Peter. He just wants to, prove that he can do it.
That's the problem with people. That's the problem with people like this. If you have to take something out of context in order to make an argument, it's not a good argument.
This isn't even out of context. This is his made up bullshit that he's just coming out of it like his ass with. Like this isn't out of context. There is no context for what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, they're not privy to the information that we have, but the Blockbuster guy is. Doctor Strange actually sacrificed himself during Infinity War so that we had the one chance to bring back everybody during Endgame.
Well,
but
that was
he
just
wants
him
to show off in this movie.
No. But even that though,
No, that was only to prove that he was right. He's willing to die and never come back.
No, you're both wrong, right? So his subconscious motivation was that he wanted to prove that he would be able to sacrifice himself.
Dude, he would suck at poker.
Just about bragging rights, another worthless trophy for him. And let's not forget that Steven's arrogance is his biggest flaw.
His
biggest arrogance is the biggest flaw, and then they cut to what's his name, who turns around and says, "You were the best of us."
But by the way, also the first movie was the whole arrogance thing was a part of his character's arc.
That's the point.
Yeah, he developed out of it.
Here's the thing. if they're going to use it as an example, cut to the Stephen Strange from the What If, who was hyper arrogant and everything. Use an in-universe example. But they won't, because he's got no example. Because he probably hasn't seen it. Fucking retard.
Another worthless trophy for him. And let's not forget.
Wait, another. I didn't hear the trophy line here.
I mean, yes, that was part of the reason, but there was a subconscious motive. Steven is back to being an arrogant jerk, the same one that he was as a surgeon, and he just...
Okay, but
why did he go back to this?
Why would he regress? Why would he regress? Why would he go back? Have a character arc in, say, the first movie. Why would he regress back to being an arrogant prick?
Here's my problem. He throws out these like absurd fucking like opinions or whatever, like, oh, actually his but never does he say, and here are the receipts. Like, and here is what I'm basing it on. No, he says it as if we're supposed to be like, oh, well, the guy on YouTube said it.
I'd also like to point out that if you've got a doctor like Doctor Strange back before he was Doctor Strange and he was the medical doctor, I'd rather have the most confident man and arrogant man in the world operating on me in a serious procedure than somebody who's nervous or doesn't know exactly what they're doing. I mean, I would be happy. A surgeon.
Well, I would be happy for like a somewhere in the middle there. I feel like there's you know what I mean? I don't think it's exactly like the paradigm of like you can either have the most arrogant, overly confident, or you can have, Fred Flintstone work on it. I don't know why that was my example for the worst surgeon, or like or JD or Turk. Nope, that was the surgeon. Turk. Damn it. Whatever.
Proof that he could perform
or one of the women
that spell. It's just about bragging rights, another worthless trophy for him. And let's not forget that Steven's arrogance is his biggest flaw.
It's precisely what kept you from greatness. Arrogance and fear still keep you from learning the simplest and most significant lesson of all.
After saving...
What's the lesson? Why did you cut it off there? I bet it doesn't have anything to do with what you're talking about.
In the universe,
the message was, it's not about you.
A little too high on his success and power. And that...
Wait.
Universe, Steven got a little too high on his success.
Hold on. Is he saying like just because he was a part of saving the universe, now he's all, ooh, look at me, bitch? Yeah, they saved the known like universe. Like, yeah, you're gonna have a little swag in your walk. You know what I mean?
You from
shit
learning the
I remember to take out the trash, and I'm like, hell yeah, look at me.
Simplest and most significant
I have an alarm set.
After saving the universe, Steven got a little too high on his success and power, and that made him smug, which led to him being irresponsible and negligent. That's
according to who?
Blockbuster.
This is the first time that we've seen Doctor Strange since Endgame, right? He is on screen for all of 2-3 minutes, like they've said, like 5 seconds later, that fucking shit, right? Is that enough time to be like, well, clearly after Endgame, this guy has got all, up in his own business, is thinking he's all, he's all that in a bag of chips. It's appropriate for Blockbuster.
Yet at the beginning of the movie, he has accepted to a degree that Wong is now the Sorcerer Supreme, even though it's on a technicality.
But I mean, no, but he's so overconfident and arrogant from helping save the universe. That doesn't even bother him. Because I say it.
That's why he cast the spell with
getting stressed out before the truck shows up. Yeah.
So little care for the consequences. And we all know just how careless Doctor Strange can be with magic, and how easy it is to destroy an entire universe with such arrogance and negligence. Now, ethical implications aside, there is also Steven's terrible communication skills.
So basically, this thing's like he don't do magic right, he don't do human right. The motherfucker can't even talk right. Like, he can't even talk to people. He sucks at everything. But Wanda, though, flawless.
Judging by Peter's reaction here.
Nice knowing you, Spider-Man.
Wait, excuse me?
The entire world's about to forget that Peter Parker.
Sorry, I missed what he said. This is set up for what this is.
And negligence. Now, ethical implications aside, there is also Stephen's terrible communication skills. Judging by Peter's reaction here.
Nice knowing you, Spider-Man.
Wait, excuse me?
The entire world's about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, that's not on him. He said he explained it. Everyone that has ever known you will forget you. So yeah, I guess it wouldn't be arrogance. It would be overconfidence in Peter's ability to understand what it means when he says everyone will forget who you are.
I mean, of all things, this whole movie is the whole theme of the movie is be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it's like a monkey paw thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell my kids every day, words have meaning.
It's like Wonder
Say
Woman
what you mean.
1984, but good.
Everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
Stephen did not walk him through any of the details about this memory rewriting.
Yes, he did.
You just saw it. That's not
The
how the
detail
spell
was
works.
everybody forgets.
Right. Well, but you see, he didn't write it out on a board like what the Star Wars story team does. You know, they list like the Force so that way everybody knows Star Wars is going to have the Force in it. You see me.
Spell. I mean, before performing a spell that erases the world's memory, I don't know, maybe it's a good idea to go over the details a little bit. Spider-Man was all over the news. Everyone knew about him and his identity.
He did, yes. When you say everyone who has ever known you is going to forget you, how much clarification? Maybe like, well, I mean, is there a time limit? Like,
Kind of in the name of the spell he just said.
Yeah.
Erases the world's memory.
Yeah. But you should definitely like go into what that means.
Most famous person in the entire world.
Wait, hold on. To be fair, I wish my body was used by Steve Trevor in 84. Sorry, my first thought was Steve Trevor was taking advantage of the body. It took me a second to process how that was. Yeah, but you wouldn't remember though, bro. But that's okay though, because she was processing her feelings. And as we all know, superheroes, only women, whenever they grieve someone they've lost, they can do whatever the fuck they want to with anyone. Even Grape.
Everyone also knew about MJ, Ned, May, and Happy, and I'm pretty sure that...
Wait, who the fuck knew about Happy? What are you talking about right now?
Everybody also knew about Iron Man, Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
They knew about all of them. There's nobody
thing...
with any anonymity left in the Avengers at this point.
And that's the weird thing about Spider-Man still trying to be, anonymous in the MCU, where from day one, Tony's like, yeah, I'm Iron Man.
Actually, this spell does actually have implications. The Avengers will forget about him as well, won't they?
Yeah, but it's only the women left, so who gives a shit? It's probably a blessing in disguise.
Peter Parker. They wouldn't forget about Spider-Man.
True, yeah. It's not even like someone who was saved by Spider-Man on the street would be like, I don't know how I was saved from that, runaway wagon or whatever it would be in New York in that time period appropriate. My point is they would still have memories of Spider-Man, just not his identity. So it wouldn't be billions of people who forget. Holy fuck, dude. It's not that he's erasing them. Oh, I guess because like they announced that it was Peter. But even then though, like that doesn't have if you're saying that you're going to forget that Spider-Man exists, that's a big fucking thing. But if you're like who Spider-Man is under the mask, that doesn't have any impact in anybody's
it's the association
life.
Is going to be cut off. So everyone is going to go, oh, hey, Peter. And everyone's going to go, oh, but who's Spider-Man?
Right.
I don't know.
There's no tangible effect that's going to be happening. Yeah. Anyway.
Stephen was aware of all that. And even if he didn't know about Peter's friends, it's kind of insane that he wouldn't ask Peter if he wanted to exclude anyone from the spell.
Why is that insane?
If you're trying to stay anonymous, you would not want anybody to know. Because they can break the anonymity.
This is the problem. But everything this dude would suggest, it always comes down to a fucking 4 or 5 hour conversation with a board of experts to figure like, okay, guys, we're going to go over the list of people you do want to remember and a list of the people that you do not want to remember. Now then, We're gonna rank them on a scale. MC equals square.
I mean, it's just common courtesy to ask. You're literally about to cast a spell that will erase Spider-Man's identity from the world. That's a really big deal. This entire multiversal crisis could have been easily averted if Steven simply cared to ask.
Wait, holy fuck. Wait, so he's saying all of it could be averted if he would have cared to ask. Hold on now. The whole thing, though, is that, oh, his magic spell fucking broke everything. But now you're like, well, it was because of this why it broke, not the spell itself. Oh my God. Like up to this point, it's been about the spell, not what happened during the spell casting to make it go cuckoo banana.
Plus, it's common courtesy
consistent
to
in your
just
own goddamn
ask.
video.
It's common courtesy to ask, who would you like excluded from this spell that's never been done before, according to me, even though I've already stated that the spell's been done before.
I honestly thought he was going to literally go around the world asking several billion people for their permission to wipe their minds.
Well, I mean, you could do an online like application or permission slip.
I'm an inconsiderate brat!
What's more important is that Strange became distracted because Peter kept adding more people to be excluded from the memory wipe.
Yes.
And whose fault is that?
Strange's, because he didn't ask him in the first place. If you would have told me that, hey, I don't like being shot, I wouldn't have shot you. Therefore, it's your fault. You're bleeding.
Damn it.
Dangerous to change it mid-casting.
This caused the spell to become unstable, and it's what eventually led to the spell going wrong.
You changed my spell. You don't do that. I told you. That spell was completely out of control. If I hadn't shut it down, something catastrophic could have happened.
But I love how, did you hear that skip? Because he goes, I told you, and then it skips. Because you know.
Missed the part where that's my
sneaky
problem.
Steven needed to stop performing the spell the moment it got unstable. This
motherfucker, you've already said you're not a magicologist. Like, what the fuck you mean stopping the spell? I'm pretty sure he says it in the movie. I can't stop the spell when it gets going. Like, this shit could go bad.
Yeah, once again, proves to shut the hell up.
I'm pretty sure that's what he says it in the movie, that I just can't stop. You know what I mean? It's like when you're at those vinegar strokes, like you just can't stop. You know? No matter what happens. I guess I could say, well, I mean, you can stop your stream, but it like hurts. You know?
It does. It's true.
Negligent Strange was with the spell, as he risked billions of lives. What if he failed to contain that spell? Reality could have ended right there and...
Whoa, you hear that ADR coming in? They're like, we got to fill in some gaps here. Listen to the audio change.
Unstable. This once again proves how negligent Strange was with the spell, as he risked billions of lives. What if he failed to contain that spell? Reality could have ended right there and then. What would have happened if the consequences to the butchered spell were irreversible? Or think about a much scarier scenario. Imagine if the spell would have erased the entire world's memory completely, turning people's minds into blank slates with no memory of who they are.
Wait.
All right, so
he just said, so it could have ended the universe in completion. But what could be worse is if everybody's mind was erased completely. So
that's
erasing everybody's mind completely is worse than just universe ending.
Not the aggressive, but like the way that he's like, well, this would be, you know what I mean? At this level, this would be like a level 3 if everything ended, but a level 5 would be, you know what I mean? Like the
I mean, the guy could have been killed by a car, but it could, or worse, he could have had his feelings hurt.
Fuck, there's a word I'm looking for. You know, like accelerating, like the dangers. Progression.
Ask one of the clones. They're good with smart words.
Exacerbating?
No. It's not. It's simple.
No, I haven't done that for a while.
It's a more simple word. It's
start again.
Right, like yeah. So like you're escalating.
Escalating?
Yeah. I think that's what I was looking for. Yeah, but his escalation of dangers goes from like the world ending in a blink to people don't remember what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, the horror.
Just like the world later forgets about the existence of Peter. This spell could have gone horribly wrong in so many ways. Strange gambled with the lives of billions, putting reality at risk without ever stopping to think.
This editor is definitely fucking with him, because he shows the point with Abel Strange containing everything. So what he was doing in that moment was everything that he wanted to do. He contained it. He saved everything. It didn't go wrong in that. Like,
yeah, but he was real arrogant. He did it in a very arrogant like way. Like he was very like, "Ooh, look at me! I'm stopping this spell." I don't.
About the implications of his actions.
You still think there will be no consequences, Strange? No price to pay.
Now, while Doctor Strange was wrong, he was right on a few things, mainly his reasoning for sending the villains back to their realities.
Okay, so nothing to do with the spell. All right, then. Well.
Calculus of the multiverse. Their sacrifice means infinitely more than their lives.
Now, we're not going to get into that whole entire ethical debate since we are...
Because you never offer any fucking reasons for anything that you fucking say, so yeah.
Already went over it in this video where Spider-Man was wrong. But Steven was in the wrong for giving Peter the task of locating the villains. These villains are multiversal trespassers, and their existence puts all of reality at risk. So why the hell?
Yeah, but bro, like, you're talking about borders, man. There shouldn't be borders. One
Except
world.
across state lines.
Yeah, one multiverse, one people. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Lennon.
no state lines.
Yeah, just imagine.
Would he outsource such an important job to Peter? Peter has already proven that with great responsibility comes great stupidity.
Motherfuck, dude. Holy shit, just take a shot at Peter Parker, bro. I feel like Peter Parker has proven himself to be capable time and time again on varying scales of neighborhood Spider, motherfucking universe-ending shit Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
The guy went to space and sacrificed himself to stop a giant purple alien.
Is the problem that he's like he's written like a real person and not a what would be a word for Mary?
But he's not as smart as Shuri.
Ray, but not Ray. Right? Like
Gary Stew.
Well, I know. My point is, like,
Gary Stew. That sounds like something Hannibal would eat.
I think he's confused by the idea of a flawed character. Like he's like, what? No, why is he making mistakes? Yeah, sure, we do, but whatever.
So he can't be trusted with such an important job. And it's not like Peter knows any of these villains, so he doesn't have any special advantage in capturing them.
Except he's a fucking superhero with fucking superpowers.
Peter, it's me, Flint Marko. You remember?
I'm Peter, but I'm not your Peter.
What do you mean you're not my Peter?
Steven decided to allow Peter to bring MJ and Ned into this mess.
when I forget
and
where
then
my
he
Peter
entrusted
is
the
or
fate
who
of
it is.
reality to three teenagers. Three teenagers who are simply not equipped to deal with the reality-ending event. It seems
he just what? Bro.
Can you believe that he just turned around and said that Zendaya wasn't capable?
True. I don't know why.
I'm gonna clip that one bit and put a big circle around Zendaya and go, "Why this guy is a sexist?"
This superhero is not capable after fighting Thanos.
This
on
superhero
another
is not
fucking
capable of
planet
doing that while holding a boat together with his bare hands, lifting a building off his shoulders. He's just not strong enough.
Dude, he literally fought a fucking what do they call Thanos? What is he?
A Titan.
A Titan. He fought a fucking Titan on a goddamn planet. Like on a different planet. But this is too much.
like Steven involved Peter in this less because he needed his help, and more like out of spite. Almost like he wanted to punish Peter for getting them into this mess.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, he was pissed at him because he was fucking up his spell, but he's not like, well, now you're
he wants to
clean
punish
it up.
him. No, this guy, he literally just went on about superheroes not having any responsibility for their actions. And that's exactly what Strange is doing for Peter. It's like, you messed it up, go Scooby-Doo this shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I do at my end, you do what you do at your end. I'm not going to sit there and fight these super villains. The fact that you're not who he thinks he is going to distract them.
By the way, this isn't. So he keeps talking about how big of a hazard or a problem that this spell breaking thing, but yet he's like, but you know, obviously there's not going to be multiple things that have to be fixed or worked on at the same time. Yeah, because I think Dr. Strange explains I have to go do magic shit. You know what I mean? To keep this thing.
No, he's right. You know what? Peter should be doing the magic stuff, and he should be going fighting the bad guys.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, Dr. Strange makes it a point that he has to get things ready to be able to reset the whole magic spell thing. So
yeah, it takes preparations, and also it's probably better that he's doing that alone. Since the last time he was in a room with these people and doing a spell, it didn't quite work out right.
So it's kind of like, hey man, you're gonna have to go take care of this part. I'm gonna take care of this part.
As Tenacious D would say, that's fucking teamwork. That's a song about double teaming a girl.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yes.
Like, look, I'm not gonna cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
I fucking love that song, man.
You're telling us what to do, even though it was your spell that got screwed up, meaning that all this is kind of your mess.
But let's not forget, it was Strange who suggested the spell to begin with.
And he should have backhanded her across the room with not his hand, but some magic spell. Because with his hand would be wrong.
Not only is Stephen irresponsible, but he risked reality because he was holding a grudge. Why did...
Wait, what?
He wasn't holding a grudge. You've equated his actions to holding a grudge. Then you're attacking the fact that someone would do this based on a grudge. You've legitimately just created a straw man, and then and started attacking that, and then equated that to his actions, which none of it was proven. I mean, at
not
least
to mention pulling ulterior motives out of your ass.
Dude. With teeth that big, he clearly can see into people's souls. Like it must be a fucking antenna or something.
He involved 3 teenagers instead of, I don't know, calling on the army of sorcerers at his disposal. Maybe he was ashamed.
They're not at
that
his disposal. He's not the sorcerer supreme. You've already stated that.
Plus, we don't know the cell phone like the service, like, you know what I mean?
Why did he involve 3 teenagers instead of, I don't know,
listen
calling on the army of sorcerers at his disposal? Maybe he was ashamed that he screwed up and he didn't.
He talked so long about his arrogance and his
now he has humility
and now he's
shame.
like, oh, he's ashamed.
Yes, again, totally pulling stuff out of his ass.
And
One
maybe-
time, I would like him to
and-
back
and-
this shit up.
Yeah, and maybe Tibet has terrible phone service because China was invading. That's equally as...
He probably doesn't even have a waifu phone.
We know Kamartaj at
Whatever it's
least has
called.
Wi-Fi, but I don't know if that means anything.
What's their phone called? Oh man, Grant, were you there when Scott tried to? What did he call that phone? Fuck, I have to go back and find what dump that was. Remember? What did he call that fucking? Grant, are you there? Fucker left.
Didn't want to get caught.
You must be so embarrassed!
Honestly, it seems like all of the important lessons that Stephen learned in his movie have been forgotten. And he
Because you're just saying that they've been forgotten, motherfucker.
They're forgotten simply because, you've just said it. You've forgotten. He's forgotten simply because you said so. That's not how the movie works.
I like this. Where they at though? Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I remember them talking about how like they're short a lot of people. Whatever.
just sort of regressed back to the person that he was before the accident. Well, okay, look, the real reason Doctor Strange needed Peter's help is because it's a Spider-Man movie, so I guess it's really more of a script problem. And
oh, wow. So it's not enough to shit on the fucking character. Now you're like, you know what? The fucking writers, garbage.
as someone who loves 2016's Doctor Strange, this kind of pains me to see how they did this to my boy. Strange.
He's not your boy, motherfucker. You do not understand anything about this character or that other movie. By the way, that movie was very fucking generic and by the numbers. It was, my God, it came straight out of fucking a Hero of 1,000 fucking faces. It could not be more Joseph Campbell than if he wrote it him fucking self.
Might not be the Sorcerer Supreme anymore, but it's still his responsibility to protect reality.
I don't know why I'm letting this guy upset me. I think it still has to do with the Uber fucking Uber Eats earlier. Let me tell you about that, right? Order from BJ's, all right? It gets here. I open the door. I have a bag that's like this big.
Ordered at BJ?
No, but BJ's Brew House. It's good. Anyway, but it's like it's like some kind of sushi place or whatever, right? So I finally get a hold of the guy. I'm like, hey, bro, like this isn't my food. This is somebody. Of course, his English wasn't very strong. And so, yeah, so I had to grab but I don't have his number directly because I'm going through Uber Eats. He's like, no, just text me your, he wasn't Russian. I don't know why I'm doing that one, but I think it's less offensive than the one he did have. But no, text me your address. I can't see it anymore. I'm like, well, I can't because I'm doing it through Uber Eats. So I had to get the girlfriend's phone and then fucking text him through that to give him the address. He shows back up, gives the bags. But you know what he's missing? The giant, we ordered a large pizza from BJ's, it's some appetizer things or whatever, right? But anyway, he's missing the actual pizza. So now I'm having to try to get a hold of him again. And he's like, oh, I have so many. I called him 2 minutes after he left my door. And he's like, who is this? What's your name? Like, you just left my apartment. He goes, I have lots of orders. I have lots of orders in my car. What was your name? Like, what did they call me? Jason. He's like, Jason? I'm like, no, that's not my name. It's Madmartigan. And because that's what I call myself. And anyway, he's like, I have too many orders. Why are you coming out here looking at me like that for? Hold on. What's up? Oh, God. I'm not being mean to him. I'm telling the story. Sorry. See, for whatever reason, she's usually the one that gets upset over like order things like this. But this one time I do. And she's like, what? Don't be mean to the hippie or whatever. I may have texted him like, I'm going to donate your tip to building a wall. But not the point. What? I didn't text it.
The guy was Dutch, was he? That makes sense.
Yeah, he was. But anyway, so where was it? Oh, yeah. So finally he's like, then he's like, I'm like, dude, you have my pizza in your car. He's like, I don't have any orders left in my car. I'm like, you just told me you had so many orders. You have no idea who I am. I'm like, all right, fuck it, right? So I'm done with him. I'm reporting it. This dude, then he texts and sends a picture of our pizza because it's still at BJ's. I'm still a little iffy. I don't know if he could show up and put the pizza there, like in like, like what I'm talking about. Like he staged the whole thing to make it look like BJ's forgot the pizza, but it was just like underneath his seat because he had so many orders or whatever. Doesn't matter. And he's like, do you want me to bring it? I'm like, nah, bro, no big deal. I already reported it. You know what I mean? Like, you had other orders. Go do your thing. He's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, so he does come and bring the pizza. And then I had to be like, no, everything's cool, bro. And like gave him a high five and like, I like your man bun.
So you got a free pizza.
Well, yeah. So I did, because I did report it to Uber Eats or whatever. So they they refunded everything. So anyway. I'm gonna donate your
Well done, Soul Assassin. That's gold.
Wait, what do you mean that's gold? He's repeating what I said.
That is very clever, Soul Assassin.
But he said,
"Fuck off, that. You motherfucks." Grant. I don't want Grant. Do you remember when Scott was trying to say the Weifu phone or whatever from China? Yeah. What was he saying instead?
I think it eventually turned into the Uyghur phone. I went, no, it's not that one.
It was so bad. We're like, what? That is not what it's called. I got to find that episode. That was a good
so
one.
Bad. Because it also meant something else.
Yeah, dude. It was bad. But anyway.
Yeah, it was the Huawei phone. And it was,
Yeah.
Huge
All right.
bang. Huge
Huawei.
wang.
Huawei.
Sorry, I got us off track.
No, it's pronounced Huawei. Savage.
Whatever.
Fucking Queensland,
here we go.
I tell you.
And I got to rant about that for a moment. Why is Strange not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore? Yeah.
Because he was gone for 5 years. They literally explained it, bro.
He got it on a technicality.
That's what I said, Darius. Huawei.
No, actually, it's pronounced Hawaii. Yeah, that's a howley.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna shut up because if I say anything I know, I'll get banned.
You may get banned because of the Uber Eats guy. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Like, because I can't ban him. You know what I mean? Ban him, man buns.
I get that Wong did the job when Strange was dusted, but it's been a few weeks or like months since everybody came back. The Ancient One chose Strange.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Wong's been doing it for 5 years.
Strange did it for
Strange
3
wasn't even
months.
doing it for 5 years before it happened.
Yeah.
He was on his way to becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, but was he the Sorcerer Supreme?
And
again, I think he technically
for all
was.
intents and purposes, and for all intents and purposes, Strange is effectively dead.
But not only that, but
Look,
but he's like,
right
but he's
through
back
him.
now. Oh. But the thing though is, right? Like even after Dum Dum here died for whatever reason, I'm sad or whatever it was, I can't remember. Fuck off. No. I'm not gonna say who, but one of y'all I can reach out and touch. So y'all need to stop with this. Not gonna say which person. But no, but damn it, what was I saying?
He was the Sorcerer Supreme Emeritus.
All right. Oh yeah. Like even after like he took, what's her name's place, they were still like, yeah, technically you have the title, but you have a lot to learn. So he wasn't in proficient really at being the Sorcerer Supreme. So for Wong to have it for 5 years and him come back and be like, well, you're kind of holding my title there, guy. You gotta give that back. My God.
To be Sorcerer Supreme, not Wong. And she chose Steven for a reason.
I don't know.
Huh?
Fucking spam calls. I don't know. Sorry. Go on.
You interrupted to tell us about something we could not hear.
You paused to cough last night without pausing.
Motherfucker, no. Why are you bringing up one? You're bringing up old shit.
Without
Matt,
muting.
I'm only following Sol Assassin's advice. This isn't the dictatorship. I shall speak my mind whenever I damn well please.
You missed the second part of that. It is a mad tater sip.
Yes.
Anyway, you need to
whatever.
tell me that a powerful wizard like Steven couldn't round up the villains all by himself. I mean, this guy.
Motherfucker, he had other shit to do. They tell you this in the movie that you supposedly watched.
And how would he know who knows Peter?
Thanos.
I mean, they're just randomly appearing and they recognize Peter.
Yeah.
Because they're drawn to him, not to Doctor Strange.
No offense to any of these villains, but none of them is a match for the Master of the Mystic Arts. Or maybe they are, since Strange had such difficulty capturing the lizard, who is the lamest of the bunch.
Wow, dude. Fuck off, man. He's a giant fucking lizard. That does things. And he's super smart.
Where I found that slimy green son of a gun.
Now, later in the film, Strange and Spider-Man get into conflict about the morality of sending the villains back to die. This leads to a fight where Spider-Man beats Strange and traps him in the Grand Canyon. This is an...
And he's so dumb. Like, because when he gets in these high pressure situations, Spider-Man just becomes a fatata. You know what I mean?
He does.
He becomes
absolutely.
like, I am
stated
Sam.
it earlier. You never go full I am Sam. You always go full I am Nick.
You make me happy. Why's my phone going off?
I'm aware of the reference, so you'll stay alive for now.
Is he calling me a tard?
Wait, who? No. Who called you a fatata?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that either. I just want to make that clear. Oh shit! I upset the evil one. Never mind.
No, that's what I said. Just enjoy your next 24 hours.
There's no proof I'm going to anyway, so.
I hope you step on a Lego piece.
Who?
Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyone who crosses
unbelievable humility.
Sol Assassin, I know. I'm just playing. It's all a front.
Fucking twins, man. No one is like saying a word as I'm taking care of business, right? I come back, press play, immediately one of them starts talking. It's funny. I thought it was funny. Whatever.
A teenager
I agree with
no
what you
magic.
just said, Mad. Oh.
Don't you culture me. No, I'm not becoming that.
Abilities beat the Master of the Mystic Arts in the Mirror Dimension.
The Mirror Dimension, where I'm in control.
5 minutes later.
Math!
All of reality was at stake, and
Math.
Steven was messing around. He wasted
Have
too
you
much
noticed
time.
how many of the spells that Doctor Strange does require geometry and shapes and math that just make the simplest spell? I mean, he's literally like spinning his hands around, putting shapes together, doing all this crap. But Peter Parker figures that part out. I mean,
well, he's smart.
Okay.
I mean, he made his web shooters. There's math involved. He was on the mathalon. People.
I thought he said meth. I thought he was just really hyper. That's how he handles high pressure situations.
Fentanyl.
It helps.
I'm trying to reason with Peter, attempting to explain the severity of the situation to a kid who is literally too thick to get this. And then...
Wait, he's too thick. So, hold on. Doctor Strange takes the time to try to explain things to him, but dumb Peter Kiss can't understand it. What happened to 20 minutes earlier in this video where he's like, he didn't even try to explain it? Obviously, Peter would be able to understand.
Make up his mind what he's pissed about.
Well, what happened to just 20 seconds ago where he was like, Peter Parker defeats him by math.
Peter was running around.
Peter's so dumb that he wouldn't understand it if he explained it to him. But if Doctor Strange only took the time to explain it to him, Pete would get it. But when he does do it, Pete's not dumb. Pete's too dumb to understand it, but then defeats him with something that he's smart enough to understand. Pretty sound logic.
I think it's based on his oxygen levels at the time.
I mean, a moron would use that as an answer.
Cube and the villains for hours, putting the universe at risk, while Steven was just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Dumb Steven. It's his fault again. Just hanging out.
I mean, the guy's in a mirror dimension with no sling ring.
Tied up.
I want to know how he actually got out.
Oh, he's
still got a sling ring, doesn't he?
No, he didn't. No, they took the sling ring before he came out of it. You haven't even seen the movie.
The new wizard.
No, not at all.
Watch the movie, okay?
But he's like, nah, he still had it. No, he didn't. By the way, how he got out of the mirror, the universe or whatever is very easy. He took the Batman route.
Off screen.
Yep, from something Neil Breen would never do. He will show you exactly.
He shows everything.
Yeah, how whoever's going wherever, you're going to see how they get there.
Look, Sam, it's a previous reference. Look, Sam.
Over the Grand Canyon for 12 hours.
I know.
What if something went wrong?
Don't mind about me. I'm just trying not to trigger myself with that Neil Breen shit.
Oh, Sam.
All of reality
I'm definitely going to have to catch up with these.
What, the Neil Breen movies? Absolutely.
No.
Invented while Steven was not there. And you know who could have helped Steven solve this mess? The Sorcerer Supreme. Where is Wong? Is he even aware that there's a threat?
That was afterwards.
This was not happening while all that. I'm pretty sure he explained where he's going.
Threat to reality that's being faced. Did Steven let him know about any of this? Or is he so arrogant that he kept the crisis from Wong? There is a world.
Wait, or was it because of his shame, like you said earlier?
Wait a minute.
Why are you repeating this, but blaming it on another fucking character flaw?
Okay, so in WandaVision, Strange should have detected that there was something wrong and should have come there to help, which he didn't. Therefore, he's bad. But when everything went wrong, the reason why Wong didn't come is because Steven didn't tell him.
And Wong specifically said, "Leave me out of this."
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That too. Also,
so he was actually obeying the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes, he was taking orders.
100%. No, it would be why Miles Morales did everything perfect. Also, two Wongs don't make it. That's a good one.
Well, I mean, that's what they're going to call the new series with Wong and the Ned, which they're developing. So,
are they really?
The Magic School thing, yeah.
And they're going to call it Two Wongs Don't Make It Right?
No, they didn't take any of my suggestions.
They'd have to incorporate some kind of, racist.
No, because you don't understand. Wong's going to turn out to be his father or uncle or something because Ned doesn't have a male parent figure.
They've still got to add the woke sentiment, so it'll be two Wongs don't make a white.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Genetically.
In the event that we're talking about here, it should have been all hands on deck. Steven needed to call all the masters of the mystic arts. I mean, what's more important than preventing the fabric of reality from being torn apart? But why didn't he? Because he's pissed that he got passed over.
Well, he managed to fix it all by himself, didn't he?
Oh, for God's sake, this guy just keeps pulling motivation out of his ass. Jesus Christ.
He did it. He did it because he was arrogant. He didn't call for help because he was ashamed.
Wanda did it all by herself because she's the actual true hero.
He's doing it because he's pissed because he was. By the way, this fucking freeze frame is perfect for this dumb motherfucker. He did it because he's pissed over and being passed over. He wasn't passed over. He was fucking dead. That's not being passed over. I mean, I guess kind of like Obi-Wan stepping over Anakin's body to pick up his lightsaber. Sure, that was passing over. This is a little different. Like, the lightsaber is passed over.
Supreme. Wait, I thought you were the Sorcerer Supreme.
No, he got it on a technicality because I blipped for 5 years.
Oh, look at the anger. Gustine, you can see the anger just boiling up inside of him.
He's like, I earned this, yet they give it to another minority.
Oh, you can. Did you not see him? He's just just on fire, just rage.
See the way that he threw his cup on the ground like Thor used to?
I wish it was a letter with.
No wonder all of reality is at risk with these two in charge of protecting it. Finally, there's strange failings in the end of the movie. When the magic box explodes, the spell is unleashed, tearing reality apart. Now, Strange manages to contain it, but just barely. The world...
He doesn't even give him credit for it. He's like, but just barely. Like,
he manages to stop the universe from falling to pieces.
Barely. If he wasn't so arrogant, shamed, and pissed off and losing his job.
So jealous and angry and prideful of everything.
As far as maintaining, like, as far as like controlling, the time and space from ripping apart, he got like a C.
Is about to end, and Steven has no idea how to stop it.
He stopped it.
He stops it.
He has no idea how to stop the thing he stopped.
No, he knows exactly how to stop it. He says, I don't know, because he's a master manipulator. Remember, he makes Tony do all the work.
Fuck.
He makes other people sacrifice stuff around him instead of him. That would be a better argument.
Real quick, I gotta go through these solos. Take Wong to know Wong. Make me wrong with everything. Tu Wong Fu, thanks for nothing, Stephen Strange. Oh man, Tu Wong Fu, that's a movie. That was a movie. Why the Wong face? Oh man. All right. We're almost through this, man. I'm hitting my wall.
There's gotta be something we could do. Can't you just cast the spell again? But the original way before I screwed it up.
We're too late for that. They're here.
It's Peter.
I just got that. Peter just admitted to screwing it up. There you go.
Wait, did he?
Yep, he just admitted to screwing it up.
Right, but only adjacent. He screwed it up adjacently.
You can't use evidence. No. Skip past that. You can't use evidence.
Come through and I can't stop him.
There's gotta be something we could do. Can't you just cast the spell again? But the original way before I screwed it up.
We're too late for that. They're here.
It's Peter who solves the crisis, offering to erase the memory of his entire existence to save reality.
They're coming here because of me, right?
Peter's the one, that cast the spell. It was all Peter. This is like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs walked into a room and said, "Make this happen." Everyone else didn't. He's like, "I made this happen." That's the same thing. Like,
oh man, yeah. Like he didn't have all the scientists and shit on the stage with him when he was at whatever. Just him in that fucking turtleneck.
Oh, dude, that's a Bill Burr bit. Sorry, I didn't even.
Is it Bill Burr or is it Joe Rogan? I knew it was one or the other.
It's a Bill Burr bit. Yeah, he walks in there eating something arrogant like a freaking pear.
Yeah. I got friends in wrong places. Oh man.
So cast a new spell, but this time make everyone forget who Peter Parker is.
Steven, on the other hand, just kept blaming Peter for the botched spell.
Because it was his fault.
Oh wow.
They're here because of you.
Even when the universe was about to...
Wait, hold on. He showed it out of order, right? So he showed all that and he's like, but Steven still just blaming him, and then showed a clip that happened before any of that whole conversation happened.
No, the whole point of it, he says it's because of you. He said, why are they coming? He said, I can't do anything. He said, they're coming here because of you, because they know you. He wasn't blaming him at that point, but they literally used the clip completely out of context then. They're coming here because of you, because they know you.
Yeah, then Peter says, cast a new spell because I screwed everything up. It's out of order.
Editing is
He
fun.
never took responsibility for his role in this crisis. He blamed it all on Peter, despite the fact that it was his idea to perform the memory spell.
It was his idea,
no, you can't use that as an example, because you just gave Peter the credit for putting the idea into Strange's head to do it, and now when Peter goes there and asking him to do a task and he finds a way of doing it, it's now on him.
Okay. So here's something to think about, right? Let's say I ask Grant to go to the bank with me. At the bank, Grant robs it. Now, that's my fault. I am responsible for the bank robbery and the murders because it was my idea to go to the bank.
Agreed.
Sometimes people just get a bit mouthy, and if I'm holding a shotgun, things happen.
Like, I don't feel like I feel like that's a fair fucking analogy.
That's why they have the felony murder and all that. If you're a part of it, you might as well have done the same crime.
Well, that's true though. But like, just because I'm like, hey, let's go to the bank, and you're like, cool. You don't mention, you know what I mean? It's time to go in the
Mind
details.
if I pull out this Glock?
Right.
Says a lot that Steven never reached the cathartic
on
realization that his irresponsibility and arrogance is the reason why they're in this mess. It shows that he didn't learn his lesson and that he's likely to do something as dumb as this in the future. And when Peter was ready to sacrifice himself, suddenly Steven got all touchy-feely about it.
Motherfucker, he did the spell because he cares for him.
Yeah.
And also, it's likely
did
it's
he
likely
not get
that
touchy-feely at the beginning of it when he said, "Come on, Wong, he's been through enough"?
Yeah.
It's also
We just
likely
helped the
that
kid
he'll
out.
regress. It's also likely that Doctor Strange will regress because the MCU is now being written by incompetents.
By the way, we have to say it, guys. See, people like superheroes with these powers, they don't process trauma and tragedy the same way that we do. So, yeah, it may look bad, but
Dude,
really
that's
it's
a dumb
okay.
take. This guy would never have anything as stupid as that.
Oh man.
Right? No.
True. I was about to use them. I'm like, no, not those two.
I guess
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
a
the
good
thing.
sign.
You've seen Reservoir Dogs. You know what's gonna happen.
Somebody gonna get their ear cut off?
Yeah, looking for a little green bag.
Yeah.
And that as a superhero, Strange has empathy. But come on, all of reality is about to end. There is no time to waste at this point.
Motherfucker, bro.
So if he did it without doing it, you would turn around and say that he was doing it heartless. He's back to that arrogant, clinical sort of person. He never learned anything from being a superhero. He's turned back to being that doctor who just saw everyone as a
Oh, man.
patient.
By the way, yeah, showing him like, oh, look at him getting all emotional about this shit. By the way, he is this arrogant, cold, calculating guy that
Cold,
he was in the
calculated,
first
that-
movie.
Full of shame, you know. What a
And I bet
whore.
he has IBS.
Steven screwed the pooch completely in the end. All of
great, now
Strange's
he's- now
mistakes
he's
in
in
the
the
movie
bestiality
prove who
as
was
well,
really
on
right,
top of that.
and that's Mordo. He saw this coming.
You still think that?
Dude! Whoa!
That's
Hold
right.
on.
Make sure you empathize with the bad guy. That's what you have to do.
Dude.
Nonsense is strange. I pay. Come.
Mordo was wrong because from Dormammu. Strange got that, or simply became too arrogant to care about those consequences. And based on what I've seen in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, those consequences are finally catching up.
You have no idea what's happening.
So your argument has just been completely undermined now that you're mentioning Multiverse of
By the way,
Madness. Well done.
Looks like that Skip and the anniversary check just came in. Because he bounced. I think it was Nietzsche. Hold on. It's, what does he say? It's like there's always a philosophy to justify. Okay. I read Nietzsche.
I'm going to give you a map.
Hang on 1 second. Here, I'll play it.
With Steven.
I'm really sorry to bother you, sir.
We're beyond you calling, sir.
Steven, listen, I am so
Call me sir.
Thank you, sir.
Call me Steven.
I am so confused right now.
And that is why Doctor Strange was wrong and No Way Home. But what do you think of all this? Let
You're
me know
a
your thoughts
fucking
in the
idiot.
comments below or at me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, guys, please subscribe. Make
Absolutely
sure you
not. I better not see one fucking new subscriber after like coming from here. Oh.
Any new subscribers from this particular channel will be banned.
Yes, exactly. Alrighty then. Let me get rid of this. Well, let's get those thoughts, man. Sam, what did you think?
Well, my last thought was basically now that he's brought up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and starts talking about consequences, that last bit pretty much undermined his whole point.
He undermined everything. Like, I mean, that.
I mean, that too, obviously, but yeah.
I think like you could break it up into like 3, maybe 4 sections, right? And each one went against the last. In just like the most obvious of ways. Nick?
No, I maintain that Spider-Man, right from the start, should have kept his mouth shut. But then again, there wouldn't be a story without that. So something needed to go wrong.
Well, you gotta artificially create drama where you can.
Yeah, of course, something has to happen, whether it be either by accident or by design.
Or accidental design. Yeah.
If you want.
And Grant.
Hello. I didn't learn anything.
Any final thoughts on this?
This was terrible. He makes me wish
I think Soul Assassin summed it up quite nicely. That was something.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe I picked the wrong day to give up Snip and Glue. I don't know. This was terrible.
I hope that they keep doing this because, like, man, it's so easy to get 2 hours of content out of it. You know.
It is, but I had to walk away a number of times because I didn't want to start yelling. Because every time I get heated in a thing, I frighten my daughter. So I have to take time to cool down a bit.
That's funny, man. I gotta find this fucking quote before I go. Y'all keep riffing. Hold on.
Is it from Friedrich Nietzsche?
Yeah. What? No. What did he did the whole Nietzsche thing, right? Instead of Nietzsche.
It's from Nietzsche.
It's not Nietzsche.
It was. I heard it on the stream earlier today. Yeah,
Huh?
he said Freddie Nietzsche. I think it was. Yeah, some French guy.
Oh, who was that? Oh, look who decided to come back.
I think Xfinity decided to update all of their shit because everything in the house just went down. So I'm on the iPhone now. Just saying, I did not drop on purpose, but I don't know how long this will last.
Don't
Well,
go
we're
back
done
and-
anyways.
Yeah, don't go back and watch because those racial slurs that I directed to you was under the assumptions that you left on purpose. So yeah.
Oh, the
A lot's
worst
happened
was
since
Sam. As soon as he
Yeah,
left, Sam's like,
dude.
I guess that the check on that 19th anniversary being skipped just came in.
Yes, because
I'm
as you know, I have a reputation for being
mouthy.
Well, that's what Nick's told us anyway.
Yeah, dude, all the time. He's like, oh man, that's Sam, dude.
Why do you think-
should have
why do you
left him
think-
in the womb?
Why do you think he never wants you on Sporking Stream? He wants to be the one that's on there. Now you know.
I went on Sporking once. Matt
Oh,
didn't
shit.
show up.
No wonder. Hold on. Sorry. It was actually Albert Camus, one of my favorites. Anyway, so the quote I thought of like an hour ago, I just lost it. Yep.
Oh, yeah, cool story, bro.
Oh, here it is. Those who like the courage will always find a philosophy to justify it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Whatever. All right, man. We're done. You guys got anything?
Soul
thanks everybody in the
Assassin?
chat, by the
Soul
way.
Assassin? No Australian worth of salt actually drinks Foster's, just so you know.
What? Dude, it literally is Australian for beer.
Yeah, we don't drink beer. We drink piss here. So
And you eat lamb.
How
Damn
long
straight we
was
do.
that actual video?
Oh, dude. 16 minutes?
Okay, so we turned 16 minutes into 2 hours and 22. We're gaining on Mahler and EFAP. We're getting the hang of this
No.
MadFap crap, right?
No, dude, we're never gonna mad fap that long.
No,
Soul
but they
Assassin-
go with
Soul
like an
Assassin,
hour
how
and
dare you.
48 minutes, 2 hour and 20 minute.
We are Australian. We're just posh Australian.
Motherfucker.
no, you're missing the point. This is directed to you, Nick. He's like, you're not an Australian, Sam. Your brother is.
Ugh.
By the way, like I bet y'all don't even eat lamb.
We do actually.
Good.
You better.
Yes, with mint sauce, just
Yeah.
like Sam Tekovich would want.
Do you have mint jelly as well, or just the sauce?
I prefer mint sauce over mint jelly, but hey ho. It's just a
All right.
texture thing, really.
I hate holding my phone like this, so I'm gonna bow out.
And if you wanted further proof, I also
See
eat
ya,
Vegemite.
Brahma.
See ya.
See you later.
I don't know how many times I do that. I'll start getting ready to shut down everything, and I'll shut down my audio. I can't,
Yeah, good
can't
work.
hear
I
anyone.
couldn't hear a word you were saying.
No, I couldn't hear anybody either. Oh man, that happens too much. I was all like giving Sam a hard time about like you're what's wrong with Australia with your hippie. I watch Australian
a
commercials.
bunch of hippies
Oh
with
my
their tofu.
god.
Not
Soul
eating an
Assassin's,
animal.
Soul Assassin's calling me bougie now. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
righto.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Look,
Like-
if I were bougie, I would have Vegemite on toast with avocado. I eat Vegemite straight up, no butter, no nothing, because only pussies eat it with butter.
The fact that you know that combination makes it real sus. Like that came way too easy with you. Like for me, I'm like, oh, what would a bougie Australian eat? Kangaroo? Tastes like roast beef.
No, it's deconstructed smashed avo for $27.50.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one. Yes, deconstructed being the operative word. Yeah.
Yeah, in other words, it's just an avocado and some really expensive, like dry toast, but they call it deconstructed,
like some sourdough or something. And you've got to serve it. You've got to serve it on something. If it's really bougie, you've got to serve it on something that you would find, in a shed or something.
It's an old rusted like wooden plank, and yes, I'm saying rusted and the word wooden because that's literally what they serve shit on.
Wow,
wood that's covered in rust.
You sure do know a lot about this thing that you supposedly are not.
Well, look, I live in a rough neighborhood, and it's getting ever so slightly gentrified. You know when a neighborhood's getting gentrified when they start introducing sourdough garlic bread.
Dude, he lives in a rough neighborhood with that accent. That you can't fake that sort of street cred.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sounds like he's gonna cause trouble on the trains there in Australia. I know Australian things. That's a reference to.
Assassin, I'm 99.98% sure.
Don't even know what it is. But yeah, no, I know Australian rap, hip hop from back in the day.
Especially around 2002 on Hilltop Hoods, yes.
Yeah, Hilltop Hoods. Hilltop Hoods. Anyway, so that's going to do it for us. As always, Dick in, Dick out. Matt Barber, Boys for Life. Where did he go now? Great if he showed up now.
With a man Barber, both please shut up. Fuck it, no one listen.
You all act like you never seen your man Barber, boy. Balls all on the floor like Yeti culture playing with toes. Kids changing his outfit worse than before.
No, we can't do blackface anymore. The return to Barber, wait, is he not here?
Let me guess, he had to work yet again? Didn't he? An imperious say. Y'all think you idiots. He's not a Mad Barber boy yet. The women all love Mad Mardigan. With all his misogyny, he makes them grin. Look at him, talking about his New Zealand Batman and his Parker too.
You got the ass so cute too.
Yeah, he got a couple of roasts still left to do. But no worse when he uses that Giddy Boat too. Sometimes I want to get on YouTube to let loose, but I can't. But it's called Slump to act the fool.
Coach's got the shit. Coach's got the shit.
Consummators are growing out his armpits.
And these are the lessons that today I had learned.
Yeah, these kidnappers didn't want him, so they had